Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the African Frame podcast. We are doing another part of 7 Up. So, this is going to be the 7 Up for the DCEU universe coming. And hey, look, I'm seeing good things about it. I'm seeing bad things about it. Hopefully, I'll get to see Superman in the theaters. Hopefully, I will cross fingers. But anyway, point being, this is DCEU. So we covered a couple of the movies last time. We're going to be getting into the second part of our list. I think this is going to be 3 parts for a 7 Up. I am here with these two distinguished gentlemen. We have the owner of the channel, Mr. Extraordin of, there was Mr. Extraordin Universe, and then it changed. Now it's Africa's Next Podcast, and now we've got African Frame, and also you've got Mr. Extraordin Faith, Mr. Extraordin Chicken, Mr. Extraordin Phones. That one is everywhere. So make sure to subscribe, hit the links, the notifications, and all of that stuff, and all of that good stuff. And then here we have my man, Shmilo. We have Shmilo over here. He does a lot of interesting stuff. We met at Rage. I believe that was the first time that we met in person and whatever. And I found out that you were working for Mzansi Esports. So make sure to go check out Mzansi Esports. Because wait, am I right, Smilo? Like, correct me before I give you the wrong
No,
intro.
sir. No, I'm giving you the podium there after I'm going to come with the newsflash. No, the man is incorrect.
Wait, is it Kasi Esports?
Kasi Esports, definitely. It's
There
one
we
of
go.
our
Sorry.
members who had a gig for Mzansi Esports, and it's starting to happen that the timing kind of sort of like aligned for me to come through and also observe and also meet like-minded fans like yourselves and other awesome nerds and geeks as well.
Okay, but Mara, you see, it was not my fault. I met you come Mzansi Esports. So now I thought
That's
Kasi
it. So
Esports and
I'll
Mzansi
retain the credit.
Esports.
Bring the credit. I'll take it. It's fine.
Yeah. So they run a lot of dope programs. They help get people into gaming in the area and everything, kokasing and all of that stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of dope stuff to watch. I saw you guys had some professionals come through and everything, professional gamers and all of that stuff.
For sure.
So make sure to go follow that page. That's where you'll find Shmilo. But do you have your own page where you do your movie reviews and all of those things? Because you also very
Uh-huh.
analytical.
I am. It's something I've been trying to do as far back as 2017, but it's a case whereby I needed the right team and the right timing, given that with me being very analytical, following box office, now getting a bunch of friends and saying, yo, so on a process, fight a whole lot of people, and then getting some, okay, dude, what the heck are you on about? Oh, okay, perhaps I'm too ahead of time. I'll wait. Fast forward to a couple of years again, got another bunch of gents. Let's start, let's start. You couldn't sort of like stem up, and then suddenly through meeting you and the fellow gents as well, and Tibello leading me to Extra Den, and then here I am. So yeah, I guess it's a case of timing,
Okay, so
opportunity,
they'll
and
find you. They'll find you here, or they'll find you go Kasi Esports Instagram page.
definitely for sure.
All right, all right. Then you heard it here. Subscribe here. You'll find more Shmilo.
Thank you, sir.
All right, all right. And then who am I? I've been talking for the last 15 minutes. I am Buckmeister Cool from Meister Geek Media and Buckmeister Cool Reacts. Those are my 2 YouTube channels. You can check me out on Webtoons. I have 2 Webtoons, 3 Webtoons actually. Black Fist. I've got Neon Wave, and then I've got Black Panther versus Kang, which is part of a Recast T'Challa initiative. So Recast T'Challa campaign going on Twitter and all my social medias and everything. I've got an animation coming soon, Black Panther versus the Super Skrull. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you subscribe and check out all of that good stuff. But now, Mr. Extraordin, please take us to our list for today.
Certainly.
Rob is going to be coming in later. Rob Sibeko, the other half of the African Frame podcast. He's also got YouTube channels. Links in the description down below. Make sure to subscribe to all of them. But yeah, take us to our list, sir.
No problem. Just give me a sec.
You don't want to change your background. You have a whole bunch of Marvel.
On a DC.
It is what it is, man.
Okay. Okay.
Marvel
You can see how he doesn't care about this universe.
Literally. Literally.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
sir.
Cool. I don't know how.
Last time on 7 Up, we ended up with Suicide Squad. Now our crew is going to be reviewing Wonder Woman. Did they like it? Did they hate it? Find out in this episode of 7 Up.
All right. So before we get into it, you know how it is. We normally get into some of the things that happened to make this movie. By then, I mean like behind the scenes stuff or just trivia or what have you. But anyway, so this is the first female-led film, and it's starring Gal Gadot. Some people would argue that she's not the best actress in the world, but people were hyped up because they had seen her in Dawn of Justice, so there was a bit hype over there. Also, a female director directing a female-led superhero movie. I mean, you hardly hear of stuff like that. Patty Jenkins, who was attached to Thor: The Dark World before, but then things didn't work out with Kevin Feige and the MCU. Then she left the project, came into DC, then she did this. We've mentioned before in our previous episodes that, not 7 Up, by the way, but other episodes, that Zack Snyder was part of the writers for this movie. And Alan Heinberg and Jason Fox, or Fauch, I don't know, also wrote the story. This movie was released in 2017, May 2017, and it had a budget of 149 million and made 824 million at the box office. As I've said before, it stars Gal Gadot. You also have Chris Pine over there as Steve Trevor, who is basically Gal Gadot's love interest. And then you also have Robin Wright as Antiope, and you have David Thewlis as Ares. And I know a lot of people don't like his character in this movie. I'm sure we will break it down or we will talk about it. But yeah, he is a very prolific actor. He was in the Harry Potter films, to just give you an example of who we're talking about. And I think the last person that is important in this movie is Connie Nielsen, who plays Hippolyta, who is Wonder Woman's mother. So yeah, that's as far as
so I guess we'll go in the order of X, me, and then Shmilo until Rob gets here.
No problem. This is one of my favorite movies, actually. I think I've mentioned this before. I do know that you guys don't like the third act so much, but I like it, man. I think,
you like the third act.
I like the movie overall.
Oh, I mean overall, yeah, but I'll break down exactly why I hate that third act.
Okay, no problem. So, look, Wonder Woman as a character in general is not really given much attention. We either see her
wait, no, sorry, you're speaking to a T'Challa fan, so maybe I'm a little bit offended. So
you either see her in a Justice League project, like an animated series or a animated movie, or you see her in a Justice League thing, or they're just referencing her, or she's in Young Justice. But you hardly see her having her own movies. Yes, I do know there are 2 movies that came out. There's Wonder Woman, the animated movie, which is great. Actually, it's probably better than the live action. And then there's Wonder Woman Bloodlines that also came out.
No, didn't she have another one where she was fighting the Gorgon or something?
The Gorgon?
It was yeah, one of the Gorgons was invading Themyscira, and it was like trying to make. I saw clips of it. I haven't watched the whole thing.
I think that's Bloodlines.
I think it's Bloodlines.
Oh, it is Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, look, for the most part, a lot of people have been wanting to have Lucy Lawless play Wonder Woman, but she actually got to voice her in Justice League Frontier. But that's a story for another day. I mean, those who know Lucy Lawless, she played Xena the Warrior Princess, and she was also in Spartacus. She's just that woman. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Oh, so when she was with the figures.
No, she didn't do that. She didn't do that in the. She didn't do that in the animated movie, but she played a very vital role in there. So, look, I think for an introduction of people who did not know who Wonder Woman is or her history or things like that, I think this movie knocks it out of the park. It's a prequel, you know what I mean? Because this is sort of like the events that happened before Man of Steel. This is like World War One, if I remember correctly. And we know that Wonder Woman is an immortal character. Paradise Island people,
well, not immortal. She lives long.
She is immortal.
She can still.
If you check your DC,
no, doesn't she?
DC Encyclopedia.
I think she ages though. I think she ages.
She's immortal.
No, isn't it slow? Isn't it just like Vandal Savage where she just ages slowly?
Vandal Savage is immortal.
No, I mean, wait, no. Is it invincible when you can't get hurt? And then immortal is when you don't age.
Immortal is when you don't die.
Okay. No,
Literally.
because Vandal Savage be having gray in the temples.
Okay, but yeah, he's immortal.
You guys will correct me in the comment section or I mean in
No,
the
no,
comment
it's
section
trust
down
me,
below.
it's canon. If you check Wonder Woman in any website, wherever, she's immortal. But anyway,
Oh wait, no. It's she can die. She just doesn't age.
she doesn't age, but she doesn't die, bro.
No, she can die. She's been shot before.
And then how did she come back to life?
No, like they had to get her to like they had to do something to heal her.
Oh,
She can die. She can take damage. Like she's like if she fought Superman and Superman snapped her neck, she's not coming back. But
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know about the aging thing.
I guess it depends on the writer because as far as I know, she's immortal. It's kind of like the thing. The thing
Oh,
Yeah, I'm saying, is it like
yeah.
is it immortal in age or is it immortal in like invulnerability? Because I don't think she's more
No. I
invulnerable
think it's
than
more so in age because if you guys remember in Zack Snyder's Justice League, there was sort of like a preface of a possible future where Darkseid invaded the
yeah,
Themyscira, and you
yeah.
saw, tons of bodies there, and then there was one special one which was meant for Wonder Woman, so she can die,
Mhm.
provided whoever that's enforcing, the dreadful snapping is that tough. So, given
Mm.
that on the preface of Zack Snyder's Justice League, it was there, it was Darkseid, I mean.
Yeah,
So yeah, there was a glimpse of that you could die,
yeah.
yes.
These laws are a bit tricky, man. So tricky. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
slow.
no, like because she has died in comic books
But when
essentially.
you search immortal, what does it say?
Let me see. Is Wonder Woman immortal? Let me just see.
I think that's
I'm sorry. I'm
that-
sorry, Extraordinary. I didn't want to cut into your term, but
You
this is
clearly
just
have,
bugging
and it's fine.
me.
that's Meister Geek right there, the anti-villain.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Long story short, she is immortal, but she's not invulnerable. So she
Yeah.
can die. She just doesn't age. All right.
Okay. All right. So why don't they just call it something else? Because immortality for me is always linked to mortality. I mean, that's why immortality.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? They could have just said
Yeah.
aging or
English
something,
dog.
slow aging or something. But anyway, so yeah, she meets Steve Trevor on Paradise Island, and he's because he crash lands there, he survives, and he convinces her, to join him in this world war that he's currently facing. And we get to meet other characters as well because, well, she's so naive because she's not used to being on man's world like they usually call it. You do see a bit of Richard Donner, Superman here and there, and it works perfectly. But yeah, man, for me, man, the moment where she goes against the enemy with that shield and the bullets are just keep flying in, man. That's one of my favorite scenes in any film ever, bro. Like that's where you see that this woman is a hero of note. And the way she just starts going ham and going in, one man, leaping.
One woman.
Yeah, one woman, messing up tanks and military bases and whatever it is that she was messing up at that time. That is pure cinema for me, man.
Yeah, that's
The
when
fact
Zack
that there's
Snyder came in
two,
and he was like, Patty, step to the side. Let me direct this scene.
yeah, and the fact that there's two villains. I mean, there's two villains. There's a sort of like a sub boss. You could say
Hmm.
there's three villains actually, because there's the scientist, right? And
Yeah.
then there's the war general guy. Then there's Ares, who's mostly
Does
unseen.
he count as a villain? The war general dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does,
the
given
villain.
that he's the one that pushes the whole agenda of the war and then kills all the sub-generals in the room
Yeah,
through the assistant, of
Oh
course,
yeah.
after they tested the poison, only to find that it does work, but it was one of his plans
Yeah,
initially.
yeah, yeah. I forgot about him.
And I
Strong with the other
mean,
two.
you could argue that he was influenced by Aries, but still, he
Mhm.
was still orchestrating certain things. So, yeah.
True.
But anyway, yeah, a lot of it works very well. And I think the fact that she was naive here also works very well, in my opinion, because it sort of makes other characters seem relevant. Because if she was all knowing from the jump, it just wouldn't have made sense. Like, why would we need anybody else? It's kind of like with One Punch Man. When you watch One Punch Man, the reason we like Genos is because Genos always shows us how powerful the villain is because he's doing everything in his power to try to defeat this guy, but he's getting his ass whipped.
Machine gun, bro. Let's go. Ba 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 ba. Ah, Jonas.
Exactly. So I feel like with her as well, she has to be naive so that everybody else can sort of like she's like the POV character because we sort of like learn stuff through her, if that makes sense. Um, so I loved it. I think all the characters have a role to play and they're not wasted. I mean, well, you could argue that Ares was wasted because you barely see him in the movie. Sort of like Voldemort in a way in this movie. But it works for what it is, man. So for me personally, I would give it an 8. So
Eight.
that's me.
Okay. Uh, Wonder Woman. The whole world is waiting for you. That's a fire theme song, by the way. I
Oh,
never
okay.
watched
That's a
one episode of
throwback and a
that show.
half, dude. Sheesh.
Are you talking about the Linda Carter one?
Yeah, dog, where
Where
she
she
was spinning.
spins?
Wonder Woman. The
That
world is
film still
waiting
looks
for
good,
you.
bro. She still looks great, eh? It's crazy.
Hey, this one, I went to the theater to see this. So I paid and bought a ticket and everything. I think Patty knew how to frame Gal in a way that, because what she did is she surrounded Gal with actors that were better than her, and they would kind of let those actors fill in some of the gaps. I
Mm.
think in her
Okay.
performance. No, because I think Chris Pine he's a really good actor, so I think he knew where to step in or how to step in whenever he
Mm.
needed to respond or whatever. Because Gal, like playing clueless and naive, I think it worked for her as an actress.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you tried to convince me that Gal Gadot had an IQ level of 350 or whatever, and she was like supposed to be as smart as Reed Richards or something, I don't think as an actress she can do that.
Right, right.
Hey,
Wow.
look, I'm not even trying to insult her. I mean, it's free game to insult her now because of controversies outside. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, as an actress, if I go to Fast and the Furious, they gave her a lot of scenes. She never gave me anything that screamed charisma, if you get what I'm
Right,
saying.
right. No, I
So,
hear
but
you.
anyway, coming back to this, the naivety did work. It also made sense because she grew up on Themyscira.
Mm-hmm.
Themyscira is not complicated. You're a
No.
child, you fight, you grow up, you fight some more, and then you become queen or a soldier or whatever, and you fight some more. Like that's literally the rules of Themyscira.
Yeah, yeah.
So going to man's world where people are fighting because they don't even want to, or there's complications or whatever, and her running into complications of who's the bad guy and who's the good guy. Yeah, that also makes sense.
Well, I mean, and
Steve
also the fact
Trevor,
that nobody actually believed what she was saying. It just sounded like she was just talking. It's like, someone who believes in superstitions, so to speak. Nobody really,
yeah,
yeah,
and
nobody really
until
gets
she
what she's
splits
saying.
a tank in half with a shield, and everybody's like, okay.
Yeah.
Side note, they tried to give her a signature move. Movies love their signature moves because they tried to give her a signature move. And that sweep the leg combination she's always throwing around,
Yeah.
like she trained with Mr. Miyagi. Of
Exactly.
them is scare.
But I guess
Um,
that's why you have a character like Yelena in Marvel. What is this? What is this pose?
Exactly.
Every time you land, you do this. Huh? What is this?
um, some of the line delivery from Gal, it does slip sometimes. Like I know we were talking with Develo when we were doing our DCEU ranking. Yeah, go check that out on KC Media. But like where he said that this is why I have come or whatever. I was like, yeah, the scene was cool enough, but the line delivery, if you isolate it, it's like, Issa, you don't want to do another take.
Hello, no.
Ish.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, the two acts are strong. The third act, part of the problem is, okay, first off, as an anime fan, Wonder Woman owes Goku royalties because
Okay.
your best friend or your lover or whatever explodes and you get a power up after you scream.
Ish. That take a
Mhm.
piece. That take a
Mhm.
piece.
Mhm. That doesn't sound like Namek bar for bar. Explosion and then transformation and power up. That's
Right,
Namek bar for bar.
right.
But like the other thing I didn't like about it was that Ares, God of War, has all of this experience. Wonder Woman is struggling the first time round, and that was great. I mean, I don't like their interpretation of Ares simply because I get it. The meek dude who you don't suspect as the war guy and whatever, and then he transforms into he's supposed to be Ares. But the thing is, they just kept that actor and they kept his stature and they kept
Yeah,
him. And I'm
yeah.
like, that doesn't work. Like you can throw as much CGI as you want at him as he's walking towards the screen. If it's that Brian there, you don't change his face or anything.
He's
I'm
not
not
believable.
intimidated.
He's not
So,
believable. We
like
get
when
that you
they
want
did
to
his
subvert.
backstory,
We get that you want to
when they did
subvert
his backstory,
expectations. Why didn't you just make him a
like
shapeshifter or something? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I'm saying when they did his backstory and you were standing there in the garden or whatever, being disillusioned or something. I was like, Aries should not have a mustache. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Aries should not look like a Saturday morning cartoon villain where he has the like Dick Dastardly and Muttley where he's about to be in the wacky races.
Mustache
No.
twirling villain, yeah.
And then also like when Wonder Woman just pwns him, it was just like so all it took was Steve dying. Wonder Woman gets a power up, which again technically how does that even work? Because I don't know Amazonians to be getting power boosts or whatever. You're supposed to have what you have, and then you work within that.
Jiggy
And
jiggy.
she just pwns him immediately, like it was easy. And then she walks off and she's like, yes, man can also be evil, but they can also be good, and walks towards the screen and the soldiers start hugging randomly. And I was like, what, did you explode with the power of love?
And
What's
the sun
happening
is
here?
bright. It was dawn, next thing it's morning. How? Just like that.
It was a bad finale, man, because it was just like you took everything that was kind of cool about this and then you just made it a simple walk in the park for her when you didn't have to.
But
Like if she had beaten him through struggle and using her skills and whatever, that would have made such a much better finale. But you just made it a CGI fest. And also, the
is
CGI
this
starts looking randomly bad at some stage where she's sliding through people, trying to box all the soldiers. It looks like she's gliding and she's not doing anything. And I was just like, ah,
is this better than Captain Marvel?
yes, overall still. Because Captain Marvel, eh, Wonder Woman has a personality. Captain Marvel didn't. Captain Marvel, they beat the personality out of her.
Fair
Hmm,
enough. Okay.
interesting. And what's your
No,
rating,
you watch
mister?
that movie with Wonder Woman. I mean, you watch that movie with Captain Marvel. She is something in the beginning, but by the end of it, they make her a robot.
Hey,
And
fam,
it's just
considering
like
that some of
this.
us gotten free tickets to go watch it in IMAX, we're like, yeah, ne? Marvel, you liar. You huge, huge liar. Bringing this bravado, telling us that she's the key to the big bad of Marvel, only to find we're getting a stoic character.
Mm.
Everything just seems to slip to her, and everything seems to be vulnerable to her in a sense where there's nothing we can, in a way, feel threatened around Captain Marvel. That's why I was like, okay, we
Mm.
see the similarities from the left and the other side of DC as well. But yeah, Captain Marvel, gents,
No,
I
but
think
like
even
the
that
other thing
one.
is Wonder Woman, like they make her vulnerable. Like that's another thing. Wonder Woman reacts to stuff.
Yeah,
Like
true.
Captain Marvel, they tell her that the aliens are taking over the thing, and she's like, okay, I got this. And she just flies off into the sunset to go handle the problem. Like
True.
Wonder Woman will be like, but why are these guys doing this? Why are they doing that? Why are we letting them do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So it's just like, yeah, that's why Wonder Woman etched out Captain Marvel. I don't even think it because Brie Larson is a good actress, but they just told her have no emotions in your face.
Dude.
Do not do anything. Do not react to anything. And then like they were trying to make a commentary on how women are perceived in society, and I'm just like, cool, but let her be a person. Like, stop making a robot. But
Yeah.
anyway, back to Wonder Woman.
What's
Yeah, this one I think I'll give a 7.5. I think the third act just knocked it down, and also the scientist villain. I don't even think she interacts with Wonder Woman or whatever.
okay?
More
I
like
can't even remember a
a
significant
distant admirer,
interaction.
because there was a scene where okay, the villain saw Wonder Woman and hated her because she's pretty, and remember with her having been sort of like burned on her face and wearing that scar, through now the general suddenly being like, "You are beautiful." I'm like, how? Just like that, from you hating another woman and a guy being there to close off the entire vulnerability like this. You are beautiful. Oh, okay, so convenient. But DC being DC, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, true, true. I'm saying like that one Doctor Poison or whatever her name was. I don't remember what she did in the movie because she was not significant to the plot or
No, she
anything.
wasn't.
Even that general guy, it like the movie felt like it was fish out of water and her getting used to man's world and then having to solve the problem and then that also being an issue for Ares, which I was like, that's not a bad premise, but yeah, first off, make a proper Ares, and second of all, like don't be introducing many villains who are not going to interact with Wonder Woman and have no significant interactions. It's the Spider-Man problem all over again. Spider-Man 3.
I'm struggling to edit this thing for some
But
reason.
7.5. I'm giving it a 7.5.
Hey, Rob.
While is Rob here?
Yeah, can't you see him?
Hey, no, I had the other view.
Oh.
Yo, what in the Sharingan or what in the Hunter x Hunter is going on there?
One of my other book covers. One of my book covers coming soon. Are
I
you guys?
think you guys can give me a second while you guys can continue while I'm still trying to figure out how to,
Okay, well, Shmilo, you can wrap up your thoughts on everybody. Hi, this is Rob. I introduced him before he got here, so just follow the links. And yeah, Shmilo, please tell us how you feel about Wonder Woman. I said
For
7.5.
sure. 7.5, interesting. I'm two folds around it. When it released, because given that at that time, having been a Snyder shell, okay, the story from the first part of the entire podcast on how, as fans of the DCAU and then jumping to the DCEU and seeing everything that's carved and given to us, brilliant. Now, in the case of Wonder Woman, for all its intents and purposes, brilliant. For its time, its timing, for its director, Patty Jenkins, and her being able to sort of like interweave a full-on character from start to finish and then having now to meld, the character aspect and the comic book world and merging them to one. It was quite brilliant. But now, the more you sort of like look into it and try to feel relaxed and ease in it to see what you're gonna experience, the more you kind of nitpick certain traits around it to say, okay, this is odd, this is convenient, oh, this is awesome, oh, I can tell this is definitely Snyder and all that. To now having to establish your big bad villain, the same one you made almost a 3-minute intro at the start of the film, to it being a CGI fest-esque Marvel film, to a person powering up, from it being dawn to morning and me suddenly switching off. Whereas at that time, yes, due to the hype around it, due to DC now portraying the first female character in the Trinity of DC 7, to now at a later stage, upon rewatch, it's being like, it's two halves that are brilliant and one half that's kind of missing. And so for that, it's a 6 for me. 6 out of 10.
Damn.
Yo, I did not expect me to be nicer to the movie than you.
Yeah, same. Actually, to be honest, I felt that what you're saying, I felt the same about Shazam.
Hmm.
The first two
Yeah,
actors,
Shazam has the same
the
problem.
first Shazam movie, They're very good. But the last act, the final act was just
David F. Sandberg, brilliant guy, but in a case of being in a studio with certain people who, from an executive position, now you wanna enact your rules. You say, no, get a comic book guy to direct you and tell you what to do to getting things we've gotten. So, another DC trait, brilliant execution at first and the intention, however, the overall package being a mishap of two halves being brilliant, the other half being mixed. So.
oh man. Oh, Rob, it's you, man.
All right, I was thinking I'd just go last, but okay, cool.
Sorry, you
You
sound
already have
muffled,
it.
dude.
Yeah, seconded.
Okay, let's see. Because I'm trying to think what could be the
You're on
reason for my
Bluetooth, it looks
question.
like. Maybe you need to connect the aux.
There is no aux cable. Let me see if I can. Give me 1 second, gents.
Okay.
If I can move
I mean,
the
while
volume.
we while waiting for Rob, I think another thing that I'm remembering from this thing that I think I wanted to point out is I also like the scene where she decides that she doesn't mess with Chris Pine's people anymore, Steve Trevor, and Steve Trevor's just like, fuck it, we gotta roll with this. Wonder Woman's not here anymore.
Yeah. I think my favorite part, man, is when everybody has lost hope. Like when they were fighting and they're like, please don't go out there. There's nothing we can do. You know what I mean? And she just takes off her whatever she was wearing. And she just goes out. One man, dog. Like I said before, well, one woman. If when I first saw it, I thought she was gonna retreat. I thought they were gonna surrender. But nah, she's like, no, screw it. I'm doing this.
On a slow motion
Scary.
montage. On a
That was
slow
dope, man.
motion montage. And then, yeah, seeing that
No,
spectacular
you
scene.
you saw Snyder was in the booth there. Snyder was in the booth.
Yeah, that's true.
But the problem is there with Snyder. Like one of the problems is that, like, I think one of the things this movie does well is that it took what Snyder does and it did it in a way that's palatable. It's not like slow motion just for the sake of slow
Yeah,
motion.
that's true.
And then
As I,
also he lets her move in regular speed as well.
Again, in case of as an exec, you know your limitations to say, look, I'm giving you full creative freedom. However, I can assist where I can. So it made sense. Since I'm saying for what Snyder tried to do with the DCEU, it was brilliant. Leave the director to their own purview. However, in a sense where the said person leading the project needs help, that's where now as an executive we can pitch in. Not now as an executive, sort of like put in, your word is bond and that's it. Hence, things we've gotten post the
No, your word is
DCEU being
bond and you
outed.
don't know what you're talking about.
That's
Yeah,
Like
like
Marvel.
you don't know how
micromanaging
these
and
things
not knowing what you're
function.
doing is something else.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, that's one story. But if you just come in there, I'm the king now, and everything's gonna go the way I want. I've never read
Doesn't
a Wonder
work
Woman
like
comic
that.
book in my life, and now Wonder Woman is fighting people for perfume. What?
Can you
Exactly
guys hear
my
me
point
now?
of view. Ah,
Just
you
say something?
gradually better.
Am I better now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
that's all
audible.
right.
Yes.
That's all right, Rob. Please give us
All
your
right,
take
cool.
on Wonder Woman, Chief.
All right, cool. I had actually a few notes on this one. Okay, first of all, I think I would say most people are famous for like going after the third act of this movie, and I'm going to go after it as well. I'm not gonna. It's not innocent, but I actually think there's a few problems in the first act as well, especially the first half of the first act. It's actually really messy. Um, I think I don't know if you guys know about the rumors about basically the reason everyone talks weird in Themyscira is because of Gal Gadot's accent.
Yes.
They were like, okay, look, guys, we need to accommodate Gal Gadot, etc. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
talked about that already.
Yes.
Okay, but yeah, because of that, I think everyone sounds very stiff, and it's like you guys all sound weird and you all look weird, and I don't know what's going on. I think that negatively impacts the first act. Um, But from the inciting
Sorry, wait.
incident, from what
Rob,
Mhm.
wouldn't you give them a bit of the benefit of the doubt here? Because I mean, the first Thor was all Shakespearean. That Thor and the Thor that we have
Yes,
now are not the same person.
true. But here's the difference. When they were all speaking ye old English, it sounded like it was their first language. This one, it sounds like they don't know how to act. But meanwhile, these are some award-winning actors. They know how to act, but because they're so stiff when they're talking, because of the fake accent they're doing, it's like they didn't have time to practice. It's very weird, and I think it stands out. It's like, especially when you watch it a second time. Another problem that I have is the wire work, especially in the first half of the first act. You can tell these people are on wires, and it's like, and then another issue was the CGI as well, which is not their fault. It was the CGI of the time. It gives you the Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone issue. And you guys remember the Philosopher's Stone? Remember the Quidditch match?
The
Remember how, like, when you watched it when it first came out, it looked amazing. The
Yeah.
Quidditch match, the game of Quidditch.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
remember when you first watched it? When you first watch it, it looked pretty great. But now when you watch it again, you're like, what am I looking at right now?
That's why you don't go
They just
back.
all look like
It looks like early Lucasfilm CGI stuff.
Yes.
That's why you don't go back, guys. That's why you let stuff live in your nostalgia.
Yes. Oh, you're right.
I'm not watching Wonder Woman again because I might give it a 5.
This is why I'm scared to watch any Star Wars movies, bro. Like,
That's
Oh
why
no, I rewatched New Hope, Return of what's this Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I still had a good time.
yeah, but you know,
Some
to
of the
be
stuff is
fair, those
janky as
ones
hell.
have been edited and re-edited over the years. So
true.
But you
But
can
don't
only
forget,
do so much, Chief. You can't
No?
you can't magic another movie in there.
yeah.
No, that's true. But remember, they use real things. They were using what's it? There's a word for it. Paintings. They were using miniatures,
Miniatures.
and they're using
Yeah.
yes. No, it's a type of word. It's a painting. They call it something painting, pastel paintings. I think. They used to do that in the background. They used to do miniatures, and they used to do stuff like that, photo, stop motion, stuff like that. And for some reason, that it's either we as human beings forgive it quicker, or it just holds up better for some reason in some of that old school CGI. But yeah,
Well, and I think
anyway,
also the storytelling was pretty good. I think that's another thing that carried
okay,
it.
yes, no, actually, that's true. But yeah, that's my issues with the first half of the first act. But then when the exciting incident hits, when she's on the cliff and Steve Rogers comes in,
Wait, what?
Trevor, Chief,
Yeah, Trevor.
you're
Rogers?
disrespecting,
What the
you're
hell?
disrespecting DC in
The
this
James
video.
Gunn universe begins. Hey, yeah.
I mean, we
But
get that he's also a Chris,
yes,
but Jesus.
Hey, bro.
yes. Hey, dog, they're all Chris's. You mentioned another Chris before with Thor. I love there's so many Chris's. But yeah, the action scene itself was fantastic. I thought the bows and arrows versus guns was pretty fun. I thought that was great. And if you ignore how weirdly bloodless it is, and by bloodless, what I mean is I don't mean that, oh, there's not blood gushing, but some of the scenes could have been a little bit more visceral, but that's fine. I like it still. Again, I still think things were pretty good here. Um, oh yeah. Also, I'm not a fan of the colors as well. I think the coloring in Themyscira, I understand what they were doing. They were going for a theme, overblown, bright in Themyscira, and then darker when you go to the real world. I get what they were doing. So I don't know. But anyway,
It was too saturated, I think.
yes, it was way oversaturated. I get what you're trying to do, but you don't have to be that obvious about it. Still happy though. And this is the thing. I think the second act of this movie is where the entire weight of the movie sits. Because I actually love the second act. I like the way they talk to each other. I actually think I'm going to say Steve again. Anyway, Chris Pine and Gal Gadot talk
No,
to each
his
other. I
name,
think
the
Gal
captain's
Gadot.
name is Steve Trevor, I believe, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Steve Trevor. Yes, Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman talk. I actually think Wonder Woman's stiffness with her. Okay, it's not as bad as Josh Whedon. We're gonna get there, but I think she was okay in this movie. I think they had a good back and forth.
Mhm.
But I think what really made this movie stand out, why I think, because I think Smilo is actually kind of right. In a way, this movie isn't as good as we remember it. But I think the reason is not just because of, okay, number one, there are some directing issues. But I actually think the biggest issue, the thing that makes it stand out, that makes it strong, is the second act, where I actually think the villain of this movie, in a way, is low-key Wonder Woman because of how wrong she is. Like, if you think about it, her principles are completely wrong, right? And we follow her based on these wrong principles that she tries to
I
push
wouldn't
through.
say they're wrong. I think that the thing is that
Mhm.
they're oversimplified, like in the sense that
Yeah.
she, like, where she comes from, it's literally
Mhm.
black and white. Like, it's literally, there's no
Yes.
nuance. Themyscira, you
True.
born, you fight,
Yeah.
and you're supposed to be
True.
nice to people or whatever. Then you come to the real
Absolutely.
world, and like through Trevor, she's learning that it's a lot more nuanced and complicated. And just because you can punch this guy doesn't mean you solve this issue. It starts another issue.
Right.
So it's not
True.
necessarily that she's
And
the villain. I think it's more fish out of water.
yeah, yes, okay, yeah, it is fish out of water, absolutely. But there are some things where it's like where you notice it. I think it's on purpose though, where it's like she starts like busting in on a meeting and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, first of all, they're generals, they don't know you. Like, I'm pretty sure Themyscira, there's some hierarchy as well. I'm pretty sure random person is allowed to
Well,
start
she's
yelling
the
at people.
princess, so she's at the top of the
Exactly.
hierarchy.
Exactly. So she's out here with this attitude, and like, and then she calls the one guy who's got PTSD a coward, and like the whole time you actually pay attention. If you can actually see Steve Chris Pine is like trying to correct her the whole time, like trying to put her in the place. And then when you get to the peak of the Wonder Woman stuff, there's a part, actually you guys mentioned it before, where what's her name, Miss Poison is like scowling at Wonder Woman, right? If you actually,
Oh yeah,
I
beautiful.
rewatching
Yeah.
that scene. Yes, rewatching that scene, I kind of realized Chris Pine almost could have won her over. Actually, it looked like it was working because she was like listening to him, engaged. She was
For a
liking it,
second.
and then
Yes,
for a
yes.
second, and then she looks up, and he looks up, and there's Wonder Woman screwing the plan up when she wasn't supposed to be there, and of course, there's Wonder Woman looking like fire. So, of course,
With the
there's like
sword behind
I
her
don't
back.
exactly being held by her butt cheeks. I love that meme. That's why it's standing up. But
What butt
The
cheeks?
mascaran anatomy, Baba. Physiology. Don't understand it.
How the heck is a sword fitting at the back on a blue dress? No,
Exactly.
No,
Nena just glancing
but
away.
guys, I'm just saying, we've all seen, we've all watched Fast and the Furious. We've all seen Gal Gadot. I ain't bored.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
So,
hey.
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, you only got that's what he meant. But anyway, putting that
Jesus.
aside, um, Steve Martin, sorry, Steve, whatever, is trying to
Yo,
stop
you bring
Wonder
all the
Woman.
Steves. This is a multiverse of Steves. Steve Trevor.
I'm sure the old man is like, what? What did I do?
Hey.
Yeah, when the next thing is Steve O from Jackass, Steve Ovo from Bokasi.
Steve Tyler.
Steve Harvey is gonna come up so eventually.
What the hell
Imagine.
am I doing here?
Hey now, I was not in that movie.
You said what?
Okay, no. But anyway, but anyway, she is just her like wrongness seems to be compounding as she ends up killing this guy. I think if the story was braver, it would have actually stuck on him, like killing, like, oh, the armistice is about to work, and then she kills the guy, and everyone goes, oh, what the hell did you just do? That would have been a cooler thing. But hey, I think they chickened out actually. But anyway, again, all that middle part.
You can't make Wonder Woman the bad guy. I don't think that
I
would
know.
hold for her movie.
Not the bad guy, just but like wrong. But no, I hear what you're saying. No, but anyway, I still think that was such a unique concept at the time of this like heavily flawed character within a superhero story that I think it really pushed it like 2 points up above normal stories at the time, only to be undermined by the third act. Now this is where things go wrong, because I think you even said it yourself, Buck, where it's like, oh, because then they say, oh no, the war's supposed to end, and it's like, okay. It can't just end because the guy you killed a guy. People are like this, and that's like the message of the story. Only for her to kill a guy, and then the war just ends. And it's like, okay, but then then Wonder Woman was right. What's the message?
No. Like it gets to the point where even like I think like the Nazis in the back start hugging the U.S. soldiers, and I was like,
Imagine.
what?
Imagine.
Exactly. You've undermined your message. The whole message was that
I
wouldn't
was like,
happen.
we were shooting each other 2 minutes ago, but we cool now. This is anime.
What? Yes, that was Wonder Woman's message, and it's like, I mean, well, no, the actual character Wonder Woman, not the movie Wonder Woman. That was, and like, no, you're wrong. That's not how it works. And then, yeah, like you said, they start hugging each other, and it's like, okay, but then she was right. Then you can't just kill one guy. But anyway, I think it completely undermined the message, which ruins the third act. Like you guys said before, where she goes Super Saiyan and just kills the guy. Oh, is that all it took? I guess the other gods never thought of that. What if we hit him harder? You know what I mean? It's like it was flipping ridiculous, and it ruins the ending. I do think the emotional payoffs of the individual characters comes off kind of nicely. I like the little team that they have. At first, I thought that the Scottish guy was useless, but you have to like squint and then listen to the audio and really pay attention to see his payoff. But that's again, I feel like there are directing problems, but the actual writing element when they didn't chicken out was actually kind of great. So I'm still gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a 7.7 because it doesn't deserve an 8, but it doesn't deserve a 6. So I feel like, but I wanted to push. I want to still support it because this was still what this was like the first.
I said 7.5 because I think if the third act was. Yeah, I think if the third act was stronger, I would have given it an 8, but that third act just knocked it down for me.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's a bad finish, but I think it had the middle had some great originality, and the pacing was good for like a 2-hour movie. So I thought, but again, like you said, bad finish. It tripped and fell on its face. But I still want to support them for being more original. I mean, remember how many blue lasers in the sky had already hit by this point, by the year 2017 or 2016. I mean, like we're on our 4th movie with a blue laser coming down from the sky, if I remember. So yeah, originality.
Yeah, no, Avengers opened the floodgates. After Avengers 1, everybody was like, sky laser.
Okay, so before we
And
go
then
to
Man of Steel came out and it's like, well, ours goes downwards.
Yes,
before
changes
we
everything.
go to the next one, I just want to show you an image that Zack Snyder shared a while back that Spilo just shared with us now. This is the the grittier version of Wonder Woman. I remember when it came out, fans were going crazy over this. I don't know if you guys can see my screen.
Looks like For
Hey,
Honor.
which
I like
war
it.
is she in? Because this is so
This
many
is different
time periods
times,
in one
timelines.
picture.
Yeah.
It's like,
If
what
you
is
ever played
is
For
the
Honor,
ancient event? Is the ancient Justice League? Like this is the Justice? She formed the Justice League before the Justice League.
Literally,
Yeah, and
literally.
also the fact that she had a head of someone there. Okay, heads of people.
Heads of generals, apparently, over the
Yeah.
Which
years
is
of
not a
people
Wonder
she
Woman
is.
thing because she doesn't take pleasure. Like she'll kill you, but like she'll feel bad about it.
Yeah,
She's not gonna display your head.
this is like the Wonder Woman that would actually be in history books, but not in a DC movie, if that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me not get my rant on Wonder Woman because I am just Wonder Woman is just the most confusing character that's ever existed unless she's evil. Like I think I've mentioned this before, but evil Wonder Woman is always great. Non-evil Wonder Woman is just confusing to me. So I'm
What?
just gonna be like,
I think that's the
Okay.
opposite for me, Rob. But
nah,
anyway.
dude.
Anyway, but I'm saying, getting back to this
Yeah.
picture, I'm like, there's a samurai in here, there's a Native American,
Yep.
there's a British, which I mean, obviously, like the two guys behind, and the guy to Wonder Woman's left should not be messing with that dude who's dressed like a beef eater. Like they all should be reverse
Yeah.
jumping him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one African at the back doing
The guy
getting
looks
ready
like a
for the
Maasai
3,000 meters.
warrior or
Yeah.
No, yeah, and the
The
Maasai
Zulu.
warrior should definitely be caving in the beef eater's like head, dog. Like he should be taking that gun from him. And it's just like colonizer.
Anyway,
this mixtape
are you guys
is
ready for the
crazy.
next
But
one?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ready for the next one, but I'm like, hey, Zack Snyder's extreme version. I don't know if it would have been better.
No, I'm with you on that one. Just give me a second.
That's a mishmash of. I'm like, what time period is this, and what war is this?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out, guys.
Oh, Justice League.
All right, so the next one
All right.
is Justice League. I think I've mentioned. No, I haven't mentioned it
Get
yet.
it
But
right. Justice League.
okay, Justice
Yeah,
League. So this one was a
the Whedon
disaster
League.
because Zack Snyder was already working on it, and then there was a death in the family. Then there was a whole PR thing where they tried to make it seem like that's the main reason why he's leaving. But I think some of us are quite skeptical about that because how convenient is it that when this movie is coming out, well, after pre-screenings, I think, or after the executives have watched the
It
footage,
was 6 months before, if I still
Uh,
remember correctly.
right?
6 months before its premiere.
Were they
um,
were they pre-screenings of this, or is it just the executives that saw the footage?
Executives that saw the footage, and it was a no-go from the executive side up until one person overthrew everyone by suggesting a director from Marvel, and everything went downhill since.
Yeah, so they thought, okay, let's get the guy who actually knows
No,
how to
also
bring out
I
an
think they were
ensemble cast.
panicking because the reception of Batman
Buck, what are you saying?
I think we lost him for a second.
Okay. So I was just saying that, yeah, so they just decided like we have more confidence in someone that has been able to deal with an ensemble cast twice, and we think he can make it happen. But the problem is those two are completely different directors with completely different tones.
Ish.
You're talking about someone who's directed things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Dark Angel, even though Dark Angel is called Dark Angel, but it was not that dark. You know what I'm saying? Things like Alias, I think he was also involved in, if I'm not mistaken. Then you have someone who's been doing like
Mm.
300 and Watchmen. Those are completely different directors. It's a
Yo,
mismatch.
sorry guys, I got cut. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
You're
you.
audible.
Yo, I don't know what's going on today. But anyway, I'll just to finish the thought that I was saying is that I think Batman versus Superman didn't do what they wanted. So I think they were looking at it like Man of Steel did okay. Batman versus Superman should have been competing with the Avengers or whatever. This is not working. So maybe what he's trying to do with Justice League is which is still kind of a bad decision because I think it's worse when your universe is inconsistent. Like even if it was a nonsense story and it was still Zack Snyder doing Zack Snyder things, I think if it was like, okay, this is what this universe looks like, I think that would have been more acceptable than we have to 180 change the whole direction.
You know, the weirdest thing about this universe is even though these movies were lackluster, it made these people famous. It made these actors famous, and it probably changed Gal Gadot's entire career. Like the character in Fast and Furious was Giselle was nothing compared to Diana Prince. You know what I mean? Like when Diana Prince came in the picture, she became a mega superstar, dog. Like everybody loved her. All of a sudden, she's one of the most beautiful women in the world. But she was already in Fast and Furious,
Imagine.
and nobody said anything. You know what I
That's
mean?
an easy answer.
Well, anyway, I think let's go with our. Did you do the whole preamble thing?
Yeah, so apparently this is one of the most expensive movies ever made because it had a budget that is 300 million, and
Where did the budget go? But yo,
it made 361.3 million at the box office. Two directors,
bomb.
Imagine.
you could say Zack Snyder is the one that is actually taking the reins of director on this one. We can see that there were definitely different
Ah,
shoot.
no, the director was Warner Bros. The director was Warner Bros. And just didn't know what they were doing. They were
Then
freestyling.
they also tried to insert a family all of us out of the blue that needed an arc for no reason. But anyway,
Oh,
which
that Russian family that Flash had to say.
On
yeah,
the
but
orange
anyway.
skies, the skies were orange on that day. Ish.
Anyway,
You have to save them from Drinko Pop, the Drinko Pop skyline.
yeah, and Stephen Wolf that looks like a scope smiley. You know what
No,
I
no,
mean? Like
PS2 character, James. He's a PS2
Steppenwolf look.
character with the
Yeah,
horns. PS2 banner.
when
Let's just
like
admit.
Steppenwolf looks so bad that they're just like, you think you can defeat me? And then everybody like the Justice League are looking at the
yeah.
screen like, yeah.
Anyway,
Imagine with a
Rob,
belt that has a skull. Ew, it was disaster. Oh.
Rob, this is you, man.
Rob, please start us off.
We can't hear you, buddy.
Silence. Yeah.
You're on mute.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Okay, cool. When it comes to the Whedon cut, I actually think no, there's a lot of disastrous things, but I think I'll start with the first act is actually, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's actually fine because, and I think the reason for that is because Zack Snyder is obsessed with intros. Like, my God, does Zack Snyder love introducing people, right? So all Joss Whedon had to do was just cut those to pieces and then chuck them into the first act, and there's your effective first act. So I think it gets the job done as it's supposed to. But then things, of course, fall apart because in the second act, because that's where the problems really lie. Because that's when the real mess comes in. First of all, number one, when it comes to all this chopping up, things that lead on to the second act don't make as much sense. They have to. You'll notice the over explanation of dialogue, where, like, for example, Cyborg's dad is like explaining a bunch of weird stuff that he doesn't really. It almost feels like he's over explaining. You can kind of feel the over exposition in different places that seem odd. And I think that's an effect of him chopping up pieces of the first act to chuck it into the third act. And because Joss Whedon has his own flow, let's not forget about that. Because I think Joss Whedon did actually inject himself into this movie to make it his own. Well, not his movie, but like to like really give himself a personality, like adding enough spice, his favorite spice into food or something. But yeah.
But
so
like
anyway,
Flash,
I also
like
feel
Flash being on top of Wonder Woman for no reason.
yes.
Oh,
And of
that's
course,
that's a Whedon classic.
yeah, it's a Whedon classic, and of course the black guy going booyah. Yeah, thanks for that, Whedon. And Aquaman going, yeah.
Look, I get it, but it's like
Um,
you guys you didn't create the Teen Titans Cyborg like that. You should have worked on that if you wanted that in there.
Exactly.
it was a whole thing. But I also think that Superman coming back should have been the midpoint. Because I think that would have been more effective for this team play story. I think he tried to do Avengers 1, but remember Avengers 1, we all had a movie with every character first. So there was enough explanation to lead into it. I think he tried to make up for that and put the Superman waking up as the what can you say, the dark heart and the soul section of the storytelling.
But part of the problem with that also was that like they already hinted to that in Batman versus Superman. So it's like, why did you guys need to go through this when already Batman versus Superman's in post-credit scene thing had the dirt rising?
Yes, it was unfortunate scene selection, I would call it, to lack of a better word.
Because
if
if we're making that headcanon, why was the sand rising if this person is really dead? What was the point of that?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Does anyone remember X-Men 3, Last Stand? They saw the Magneto scene and they were like, that looks cool. Let's repeat that scene. That's probably what happened there. I think that's what. Yeah. Also, another thing I want to point out is I have this love-hate relationship with the dialogue, because I don't know if you guys know, but Joss Whedon is like a famous script doctor. And when people
The fixer, yes.
Yes, and people still loved him. He's actually got his name on a lot of famous movies that people don't even know about because he's such a successful script doctor. And I think that's what he tried to do here, try to doctor it up. So there'll be sections here where I absolutely hate the dialogue, but I also appreciate it too.
I feel like it was what happened with Kamala Harris happened with Joss Whedon, in a sense that you included this guy way too late, and you expected him to perform miracles with a horrible deadline.
No, I think also like just in general, your overall management of the entire universe, like you didn't map this out at all.
Or at least you should have allowed Snyder to speak with Whedon about this.
Yes.
Or just stick with Snyder, like stick with Snyder, but like stop chasing the Avengers. Just stop it. It's not gonna work.
Exactly. And also take Christopher Nolan's name off this movie as executive producer. It makes me disgusted. I refuse to believe he was involved. I refuse.
Apparently, to add on to that, Nolan and Snyder's wife were the first ones to watch it and call Snyder and warned him not to watch the film at all costs, apparently. That's how bad things were.
Wait, what?
Yep.
It makes sense.
Snyder's wife and Nolan, they watched the screening, and Snyder was called and informed not to watch this cut at all costs.
Jesus.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. But anyway, as I was saying with dialogue, for me, I hate every word they're saying, right? But as a positive, it also still feels like people talking. Does that make sense? Like
It
I hate what
does.
they're saying, but
It
at
does.
least it, and I think that's one of like
In
that's
some
a
sections,
power.
because the Flash.
Yeah.
But I'll talk when it's my turn.
Yes. Oh no. Yeah. The Flash is basically the snowman from Frozen.
But
Yeah,
also, I just want to say
definitely.
something quickly, Rob. Sorry. What's with Whedon
No
having
problem.
this thing of leaders fight each other? Like in Avengers Age of Ultron, you had
Hmm.
there was a scene with Cap and Tony fighting, if you guys remember, before Thor
Of
broke it
course.
up. Nah?
Of course. Yeah.
In this one,
What are you without the suit?
no, that's the first one.
Back
I'm
when
not.
I
I'm talking
when
about Age of
oh
Ultron specifically.
Yeah, they argue
yes
at
yes
the logs, and
Yeah.
they also when he's
yes
trying to build Vision,
Yes.
Cap throws the
Yes,
shit, and
yes.
same thing
everybody's
as
like, "Oh
well.
my God, there's some civil war in here."
And then in this one,
Good one.
um, Bruce says something to Wonder Woman, and she punches him or something.
Pushes him actually. He
Yes.
got pushed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah, but that
gentle
was a
push.
hectic push. Like,
Basically, he makes fun of Steve Trevor dying in the explosion or something,
I don't understand why they
which
didn't
is
Well,
say
so
that
weird.
that didn't break his ribs, but
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, it
Ask Batman,
basically should
dog. The
have.
Tibetan monks have strengthened my
Yeah,
ribs.
Tibetan monks. Yeah. Um, when it comes to that, actually, no, that's its own stress because they were going for this whole thing of Batman's trying to test Wonder Woman to like bring back her inner power or something to like bring her back to the game. And it's like, okay, but that doesn't work when we've already seen her take
In
out
Batman versus
terrorists.
Superman.
You-
Yeah.
no, in the same movie.
No,
I'm
but
Right.
I
genuinely
mean,
thinking of this movie.
maybe he researched what she did to the god that was Ares. Maybe he was like, we need some of that again. Do I need to? Maybe if I bring up Steve Trevor, I need to go
It's
Super
what you
Saiyan.
think. Like he wrote the script? No, like so. No, that's he read the script of the last movie. No, it's crazy.
No,
But
it's Batman, dog. He went into the Bat cave and he was like, I need to create a
But
simulation of a
it
boyfriend
still doesn't make
blowing up
sense.
again.
It still doesn't make sense.
it doesn't.
On one
It
hand, you have
doesn't.
someone saying, I need to find a team because I think that there's some
Mhm.
strong people that are coming and they're coming here to destroy us, so we need to come in. And then you're busy telling Wonder Woman that she should be the leader. What? What are you
It doesn't
talking?
make sense because, and
You're busy
also, yeah, you're
recruiting
right.
these people. You're busy telling them the vision and the mission. You're busy paying for
Yeah.
everything.
Also, you have all the information, by the way. Like Wonder Woman don't know
Yes.
anybody here.
And then you want her to be the leader?
Ish.
Joss Whedon, what are you
Exactly.
thinking? Okay.
Exactly. And if you think about it, she never does become the leader. So it's like, okay, what is the point of that conversation then? Because it's like, oh, okay,
Ish.
we've come together. No, you didn't. Like, no, that's not at all what that caused. So it was meaningless. It was pointless. It was a waste of time. They should have used that for something else. Waste of script writing, in my opinion. Um, but
I
at
think
the same time, at least,
they only used that because she was the only one that could get to Cyborg, if you remember correctly.
oh my gosh,
But
what like just to talk him.
you didn't need to give her the leader conversation.
At
Like
all.
I think
Yes.
there's a thing in okay, let me talk when it's my turn because I'm
Yeah.
cutting into Rob's time.
It's the thing is it's very incongruent. It makes no sense. It cuts against itself. So I think either A, it's a Josh Whedon script versus Snyder script, and you're trying to think jiggy. But what I really think more realistically happened was Josh Whedon was trying to make something quickly, but didn't do a second draft. I feel like
100%.
that's what happened here.
100%.
I think I don't think it's, yeah. Okay, beyond that, again, I do feel like they were more human, but it went too far, like the part where they went on the "Do you bleed?" and then like Josh Whedon's like, "Yes, something's bleeding." The
Ish.
Batman scene was on the ground. Yeah, something's bleeding. It's like, okay, yeah, we get it.
Yeah,
Which is not
who were
something
you
I think
working with?
Batman would say.
Who were you working with when you wrote that? Did you watch he, she? What is that?
Yes,
How it should have ended? Is
Oh,
that
how it should have
is that what it
ended.
was?
yes.
Yeah, I'm like that was how it should have ended Batman. I was like, yeah, I was waiting for him to be like, but anyway, I got out of it. Why? Because I'm Batman.
Yes. It just became too comedic. Like for me, Alfred's dry humor is the humor. Batman isn't the funny one. Alfred is kind of the funny one to like bounce off
Mm.
Batman
No,
kind of thing.
Batman
And he
can be
was
funny.
funny,
I'm saying
but not
Batman
like that.
can be funny because he also works as a straight man. But the problem is like here he would not be like saying stuff like I'm bleeding a little bit. He'd probably be thinking I need to reach for the kryptonite that's in my back pocket
Or
so I
like
Yeah,
can
stuff
get
like,
this mood to
exactly.
seriously,
calm
do you
down.
talk to fish? Seriously, do you really talk to fish?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah,
my.
like dog. I was like, you just know Josh Whedon was high-fiving his yes man. Just in the background. I hate stuff like that. And then of course, this not even get me started on the setup for the final act. And of course you mentioned it before about the Russian family. I get what they were trying to do. They're doing the Independence Day thing, where if there's a chaos, if something chaotic is happening, you need to be able to look at someone who feels the impact of it. I get the point of the writing,
It's
but
Slovakia all
I
over
hate
again.
every second of it. Yeah, it's awful.
No,
It's
no,
just
look, the thing is with Slovakia, ne? The thing is with Slovakia is that the reason why Slovakia works is because they're tying it to the heroes and how the heroes view themselves. Like it was
mm,
like Ultron says, "We are the problem. We have to
mm,
prove we're the solution. Slovakia is the test."
mm,
Here, it doesn't work because it's just like the aliens are bad. We know that already.
mm.
There's no
Yes,
moral challenge here for the Justice League.
yes. Because why wouldn't they save them? Even the Snyder version of Thingamajiggy would save them. So it doesn't make it's silly. It's I it again first draft. This was someone who was sketching quickly, probably by hand, and then handed over the script like that. That's what I think happened here. But yeah, those are my main points. Um, I don't want to spend all day on it, so I'm just gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10.
5.5 out of 10. All right.
Yeah,
Jesus, that's a pass mark, I guess.
yeah, in South
Hey,
Africa.
too kind.
Okay, so I won't say much about this movie because I think I had my grievances already through Rob. Uh, Bruce, I expected more from the character because he sold everybody in the trailer. The trailer that like Snyder did, you know? The fact that Snyder even used the same song that he used in Watchmen, the Hallelujah song. Like, dude, what are you doing? Are you just recycling a song? But anyway, yeah, I still didn't get why Bruce would be so adamant about recruiting people that he was you know, seeking in the previous movie and checking them out and all of that, and then looking at Diana and telling her that she should lead this thing, and Diana doesn't understand what the hell she should be doing that in the first place. Um, yeah, man, the Flash in this movie doesn't make sense to me because before this we saw Suicide Squad and we saw how he defeated Captain Cold. Yet he goes to Batman and says,
Captain
"I don't know
Boomerang.
what to
Captain
do."
Boomerang.
So, oh
Captain
yeah, sorry,
Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang. My apologies. There's two captains.
DC fans are
And
wild.
captains of what, guys? What are you captains of? What are you guys
The
captains of?
Boomerang, chief.
oh.
He's the captain of the Boomerang. He throws the boomerang.
Oh, so the Boomerang can speak? Well, what's happening?
So that,
So
see, in
Captain Cold
Australia,
is
they've got
what? Is a
boomerang
captain
sports
of the
teams.
cold? What's
It's
happening?
like a soccer captain, but with boomerangs. That's
Yeah.
what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, Mona, he directs them. Go left, go right.
Okay. Anyway, but then
Rob, you're muted.
he goes to Batman and tells him, "I've never really beaten anybody. All I just do is just push people and run away." And expects
Imagine.
Batman to tell him what to do, like just save one person. Just save one person at a time. I'm like, okay, that sounds nice, but that's not something you say
Mhm.
to Flash. Maybe Cyborg,
No,
because
no, but
Cyborg doesn't
also at
have
Mhm.
the same time, it's like
experience.
you're in a suit. Like you've been doing this.
You've been doing
This
this.
is
What are you
not your
talking
first
about?
rodeo.
What are you talking about, Flash? Like, you saved people. We saw footage of you twice. One at the convenience store and the other one in Suicide Squad. What are you talking about? So there, that's the inconsistency there. Also, I okay, the fake mustache, nobody spoke about it yet. I guess you guys were gonna speak.
I was
I was
gonna
actually
go
gonna
to
do
that,
it in my.
but
I was
I'm
actually
staying
gonna do it
quiet.
in my section.
Okay,
I was
let me
actually
not
gonna do
say
it in my
anything about
section,
it,
but
okay, so that you guys can say something about it. Also,
Can I also make? Mhm.
the only thing that I
Yeah.
liked at the end was seeing Cyborg and Superman laughing. That was pretty nice. And it sort
Yes.
of also looked like Cyborg was the only one that truly understood what was happening, which is fine, but they didn't really make it seem like it's because of his connection with the mother box and the world that much. You know what I mean? They didn't really touch on it that much. It just seems like they made this guy as if like he knows a lot about a lot. Like, are you Jarvis? What's happening here? Um, yeah, they also tried to make a lot of people funny for no reason because even Aquaman sitting on Wonder Woman's lasso and confessing and talking about how hot Wonder
Hey,
Woman is,
bro.
like,
Ish.
why? Why are we doing this? Isn't this the person who was supposed to be threatening and menacing when Bruce was recruiting him like a couple of minutes ago?
Mhm.
dog, the Aquaman is like, bro. If you look at it, I mean, my man.
And
Ish.
then also,
Aquaman's a broski.
and I think this is the problem. I think we spoke about it a lot of times on different episodes, and Smilo probably talked about it a few times. I've spoken about it. Everybody here has spoken about it a few times. This thing of not consulting other people. Why didn't you speak to James Wan and ask him how Aquaman speaks underwater? Why did you have to create a whole bubble when Mera has to speak to?
No, that's a reshoot, dog. That was a reshoot.
I know, but that's Whedon.
That's
I
in a
think that
hurry,
was a
man.
reshoot. I think it was a Whedon. I think that was Whedon throwing in a scene.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say
no,
is,
yeah,
why didn't you
that
speak
was
to James
100%
Wan
Whedon.
about
Yeah.
it? Why didn't you consult James Wan and
Yeah.
ask him how he's doing it in this movie so that it's
First
consistent?
draft,
I
but
don't think
we're
they
in a
had
hurry.
enough time, dog. I don't think they had enough.
Oh,
I
woman,
think if
a
you wanted
phone
to save
call.
it,
This is an email, my G. This
no,
is
Muna,
a
even if you
WhatsApp
do a
text.
phone call, I'm saying the VFX team, dog, already are crying their eyes out and bleeding from their fingers. You should have
Yeah,
just had
no
them
one cares
meet
about
on land,
No,
dog.
but this
You should
this
have
to
just
me
had them
actually
had.
sounds like this actually to me sounds like more work. The fact that they have to create those
it. Yeah.
bubbles instead
No,
of
I'm
just
saying
doing
don't
anything.
create a bubble. Just have her swim to the surface and meet him at a beach and talk and go back into the sea.
Okay, and then how are other Atlanteans talking to each other, Buck? That still wouldn't have
Ish.
made sense.
No,
Are you
I'm
telling me that
saying
every Atlantean
Atlanteans
has to
come
go
to
on
the
land to
beach.
speak? Like, what the hell? What if
No,
they're
I'm
having
saying
an
because
argument that night? Now you have to go out
yeah, sure.
to
No, what I'm
shop.
saying is Aquaman's problem, Akira, his arc is that he's not connected to his heritage. So they let these other Atlanteans know how to find him. Maybe they have a tracking chip or something. They chipped his neck. They go meet him in the sea and they argue with him in his house and they leave. Because this bubble thing didn't work.
It definitely didn't work. So there's a lot of things that I didn't like about it. But when I came out of the movie, I was like, people are exaggerating. It's not that bad, you know. But I give it a 6.
Yo,
Oh, now that's a shocker.
hey dog, this M Night
I
Shyamalan
actually,
review
I actually,
Hey,
site.
yeah,
I actually like the fact.
yeah,
I actually like the fact that they did the whole race between Flash and Superman.
for a
And
split
I just
second.
didn't like the fact that Superman was flying. Why wasn't he running like in the comics? Why are you flying? What kind of race is this? But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my take. The only thing that I really liked
All right,
was
yo,
Whedon
okay,
bringing
Justice
color.
League. Here we go.
The only thing that I liked was Whedon bringing color to this film. That's all. Actually, let me make it 6.5.
I think the color
Oh,
is part of what makes it worse.
okay,
Hey,
Mr. Geek.
okay,
Get to it, my
hey,
man.
okay. First off and foremost, bruh, why is everything colored like a PS2 cutscene? What's happening? Why is everybody looking like bubble gum here? Or like, guys,
Second two, Baba.
yo, the chocolate on Cyborg, dog. The chocolate on, it's like you can reach into his face, dog, and put that on a cookie. I don't know why everything is so overexposed. Um, yeah, did not like that. Another thing is hey, the dialogue, my man. Oof, the dialogue. Like, first off and foremost, Batman, what are you doing calling Alfred's name in the field? Alfred, are you
Mm.
having a look at this?
Are you talking about the person who recruits everybody without
uh,
wearing his actual suit as
Ish.
Bruce Wayne?
Muna, Muna. and takes no precaution. Also, riding a horse or something. Like, take your plane. What is this? Ah,
I hear
okay.
you talk to fish. And then
Steppenwolf looks, yeah. Steppenwolf looks terrible. No, he looks like a PS1 cutscene in some frames or whatever. It's just like, yo, I'm supposed to be afraid of Crab Chin. I don't know what the hell's going on here. The Amazonians' plan to protect the mother box was just stupid. Because I was like, where are you guys going? Like, there was no backup after this. You're just gonna run on horseback. Okay, sharp. Wonder Woman had, I think, the best fight scene in the movie where she's saving the people, even though like the bullet was so far away from her. Uh, um, Flash, learn to run. What the hell is this? You Vogue dance?
I think that's why Andy Muschietti sort of like dissed that run. If you watch The Flash, there was a part where he lost his
Ish.
power and is running like that. And the other version of The Flash is like, what the hell is this? You know?
Ish.
I Flash was, and also most of the things that came out of Flash is like the first time you meet him and he's like, I need friends. I was like, all right, that's okay. Then he's like, brunch. What's the deal with what?
Yeah, it becomes a
What's
Seinfeld
the deal with
routine.
brunch?
Ish.
And also, what if a
The
villain actually tried to recruit you? Were you gonna tell them the same thing? Stop right there, I'm in. Like, nigga, hear out the plan. Like,
Yes.
hear out what this nigga's trying to say. What's your problem?
Also, Batman's recruiting tactic. How many batarangs did you throw at kids before you found out they weren't the Flash?
How many have you
Ish.
killed?
How many children are like maimed across America with batarangs in their chest because you were like, I heard you're the Flash. It's like, what method of testing is this? Why don't you just? You could have just taken the footage
My
from
G,
the footage that you
even
saw in
Joe
Batman versus
Chill,
Superman.
even Joe
No, I'm
Chill
saying
is
just take the foot.
impressed by what you did.
He created so many Robins. I was like, you could have just taken the footage from Batman versus Superman and be like, "Is this you? Yes, come. What are we doing?" The parademons also look cartoonish. Uh, yeah. Superman waxing the Justice League was just depressing because it was just like. Also, you guys didn't play like. The other thing is, I was like, so he came back and he just decided to box,
And
and
also,
like
what was
he's
Flash
evil,
doing? Okay, what was
or
Flash doing? I see everybody was trying a direct approach. What was Flash doing?
yeah, running around and tripping.
Ish.
Flash, stop tripping.
What was his
No,
plan? What was Flash's plan? What was he gonna do then?
I don't know, but I'm saying, dog, how are you the fastest man alive? All you do is run and you're constantly falling over.
I,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, everything looks like freaking lollipops at the end. And I hate that Superman came in and soloed the villain because it was like, what was the point of the team? And Batman's cars are weird. This one is a 4.
what? Yo, Smilo, are you not? Are you not a
My
smart person?
man, my man, someone is draining my bandwidth ka 4K. So mine not seeing me right now, but I'm smiling like a granny. O tlo tholang sasa hosane. I'm smiling.
Jesus, a
No,
four.
oh,
Smiling.
I just two more notes. Part of the reason that this movie sucks is because it's two directors' visions here clashing and it's studio interference. This is a studio produced movie. They just tried to change the formula because they thought if we Marvelize this, it will work. No, no, and the costuming also looked bad. Batman's costume, which actually looked really good in Dark Knight, in Batman versus Superman, it looks terrible here.
Yo, bruh,
Yeah,
Cyborg is the
4.
worst looking one. Cyborg looks like garbage.
Oh, that VFX. Oh,
Oh, right.
Jesus.
And a quick note, Mustache Gate. Smilo will probably fill in the details, but that's another thing is Superman's lip here, it's like, dog, it's like he has extra face. And it's just like,
Yeah.
you guys,
Are you
why
wearing
didn't you just
a mouth
how
guard?
did you lose this thing? Like how as DC did you not manage to convince Mission Impossible to let Henry Cavill shave his mustache?
Oh, also,
Contract,
and
You're
Baba.
DC.
J.K. Simmons trained for nothing. He was lifting
Yep.
weights
Oh
for
yeah, that man.
nothing.
Hey, the bat symbol is heavy, dog. It drops the biceps. Anyway, I'm done. Yeah. Last note. Batman looks so inept in this entire thing. It's like he struggles to even beat one of the parademons, and it's just like, yo, the Justice League is they're protecting their uncle basically, and I'm like, that's
Yeah,
not Batman.
they unjustify Batman's existence in the storyline. It's kind of funny when you place it like that. Like they really, ironically, they make him look older than in Justice League in the Batman vs Superman movie
Man,
where he had
yeah.
to like retrain himself. That man had to like get fit again for that one, and this one it's like, oh, he just stayed unfit. Oh, okay, awesome.
Oh yeah, because I remember there
That
was a part where Wonder Woman was sort of like fixing his arm or something,
Yeah, his
relocating
back
it.
mm,
was aching, or his yeah, around his back or somewhere around there. He had pains, and then Wonder Woman had to rub on an actual DC movie, banna
Nah, I'm too busy
theatrical.
with deep heat. You guys are talking about
Oh.
the thing
parademons.
is, well, the thing is, look, that would work logically in terms of storytelling. Old man Batman could actually be a cool idea, like the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight one, not the movie but the cartoon. I could
Oh,
almost make
yeah, yeah.
sense of it.
So
But this one, they did it weird and they did it wrong. So I feel like
No, but also
it
you don't start with old Batman in the middle of your universe.
also, isn't this guy the guy who almost killed Superman? Now he needs
Yeah, no,
to
yes, you know what I mean?
he's struggling
Yeah,
with a parademon, dog. He's
yeah.
boxing a parademon.
anyway, Smelo, it's you, bro.
Hi, gents. I won't take much of everyone's time. I'm not sure if Lampona, it says my network bandwidth is low, so I know someone is streaming right now.
We can see
However,
you.
for this one, I'm taking a bit of a twist. Ne? We're going back to
Mm-hmm.
BVS. The former CEO Kevin Tujihara and execs were expecting for Batman vs Superman to at least cross 1 billion. And upon it mating around 850, 860, it was a panic in the studio. And upon votes and sort of like execs and meetings and planning for the subsequent year, a plan was formed for them to see a rough cut of Justice League. That's when, upon viewing it, obviously, 60% of the footage was shot. VFX was very cut and dry, given that it's more of the previs of the
Mm.
most roughest draft, way
Pre-product
before we
production
ever
stuff. Yeah.
pre-production, your roughest draft. And then upon screening those and seeing sort of like sketches of the villain now getting Steppenwolf, the Snyder version with thorns, they were totally dismayed, and a vote was made that a plan B needs to be made. And at that time, given the head of DC, Mr. Jeff Johns himself, through his purview, gigs were thrown out, notes were thrown out, and up until a decision was made to say Josh Whedon would be the perfect person to recreate everything Snyder had done to make it more family friendly, more hopeful,
Oh God.
and hopefully cross a billion. And that's when everything went down. Mind you, Jen, you're talking of a film with already 60% footage done, and
Mm.
writing credits stemming from Chris Terrio, who
Mm.
from Batman vs Superman carries the same storyline arc to Justice League, and
Right.
Zack Snyder himself, to now Joss Whedon deciding to give him himself, a pat on the back to say, I'll also have a screenwriting credit. And hence the mess we saw. So now, in my experience of watching Justice League back in 2017, and within the first 5 minutes, Soups and his mouth being awkward, and now trying to ask people beside me, Chance, is he okay? Shabamlomo. Aye, Snyder Kadi, the Shabella movie. Okay, something's not good. Two, the grading. Every
Mm.
DC film since Man of Steel has sort of like that charcoaly grayish tone,
Mm.
whereby even in Wonder Woman, they somewhat stick to the same sort of like gradients of color. Whereas with this one, everything is orange, everything is tinged, and you
Mm.
could tell that no, something is off.
Mm.
And now, comes to the screenplay, which
And
as
even the grass was looking like those fizzers. Like how we used to eat a fizzer. Even the grass was looking like a fizzer. I was like, guys, what is going on with the color here?
saturation bunker race is a max. Okay, this is Snyder, this is us. Yeah, just throw it to the max, my guy. Make it as much bright and colorful as it can. Because
Yes.
remember, they want the four quadrant families, the Marvel people
Yeah.
who are fond of what they see from Marvel, and it was a disaster. Now, in terms of the film,
Mm.
what I had liked was upon its intro, there's a board, yeah, a hobo. And then within the board
Oh, I
itself, that is
tried.
sitting, I tried.
I tried, yes.
Gents, it was obvious, or it was a blatant sort of like stylistic mock-up to say, hey, this is the best of what I could do
All
within the
right.
budget of
Right.
over 100
Well,
million.
he is a bum, so I'm fine with it. He is a bum, so
Jesus.
Now,
What? We did.
imagine. Yes, you can even rewatch the film. There's a board on that hobo saying, I tried.
yeah,
It's a
No,
it
trivia.
stuck
I'm
out to me.
saying, I'm saying,
DC
are you calling
fans.
reading the bum, bro?
Yes, I'm sick. Ew, dog. I used to love this man, dog. He broke my heart.
We all
Nah,
did,
I
we
man.
didn't even
done
like
done
that
good work,
TV
dog. Like
series.
We all
again,
did.
I blame executives for this film because they just mishmashed
Dog,
and panicked and threw everything out the window.
He should have said
That's one
no.
part of the
they,
puzzle.
He should have said
Ish,
no.
he
but
made a TV
look,
series. Go watch it. See what. Tell me what you think. Not Serenity, but another one. Ever something. Tell me
No, wait,
if you
that's
still think
Firefly.
Whedon still
Serenity is
got
the
it.
movie.
Sorry, yeah, Firefly. But there's another one after it that it was his last work that he did, and then never worked again after it. Whedon is washed, bro, and it's heartbreaking.
well, there might be murmurs of James Gunn and certain execs trying to throw his name for the new universe. So that's a trivia for everyone watching as a bonus to say it might happen that perhaps through James Gunn universe he might come back. Again,
I'll be
it's a
interested.
he said, she said, so I'm throwing it out there.
Mm.
It's a speculation. So, Jens, yeah, back to the movie. You've mentioned everything literally I could mention, however, the tone, the stylistic choices, um, Superman's mom telling the wife to say, haven't you
Ah,
been
that's
a
right.
bit dude, like things that was said in that movie, I was like, no, gents, there's no way. Even Snyder, as dark as he is, for his material and his stylistic choice, to even allow this to be literally on a theatrical cut, but it did. And
Yeah.
then comes the visuals, and then comes the B line, storyline, C line, getting interviews of people from the news discussing Superman. It was a mess.
Mm.
Fine. All is said and done. How's a villain with the belt that scoreboard? And then I was like, you know
Can I
what?
just say one thing?
I'm good.
Can I just say
Mhm.
one thing? Just
For
one
sure.
thing quickly. I just want to point out that now that's two movies now where apparently Batman is so knowledgeable that he knows the shifts of Arkham Asylum. Like he knows who's working today.
Literally,
You know what I mean? Who's on
literally.
sick leave. But on two separate occasions, in the last movie, he didn't know that the guy in the wheelchair that he who was to work for him doesn't isn't he's handing back his checks and is freaking out. And in this movie, he doesn't know that Clark Kent's mother lost the farm. Are you serious? Are you serious? Nah,
Okay,
dude, nonsense.
gents, I hear you, but imagine a villain introducing sort of like a B plot leading up to the larger arc. Remember, we need sort of like a plot device
Mhm.
in which the heroes and the villain will be centered around. And what's a plot device? A cube called Mother. Mother this for Mother. Mother Rise. I was like, dude, what the heck is going on? I don't, not even from an inkling of knowledge from the animated
No,
universe has
and
a cube
Yes,
being
like
named Mother.
the mother boxes
Mother,
are
yes,
like the
Mother
comic book
boxes.
yeah,
fans were like seizing, I'm sure.
yeah,
Mother
I
for
get it, but
mother. Mother. Watch it.
but I'm
You'll
saying they
see.
weren't even
Literally.
boom tubes. Like they didn't
No,
boom.
no, no, no,
They
no, no.
don't
It's
Yeah.
boom.
it's for mother. There's
Even the
specific cube for
sounds.
mother. Nothing.
Yeah.
Mm, 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 mm.
And then upon
I was
leaving
like,
at that time, okay, yeah, sure.
no, it's fine. Yeah.
At first, I gave it a five, given that I now know that it's not what Snyder has intended. The themes, the tonalities, the writing, his stylistic choices, his slow motions, his VFX. Because one thing about Snyder is he obsesses about details from 300 Watchmen all up to this.
Mm.
It's a degrade in the quality that Snyder is known for.
Mm.
And I knew then
Mhm.
that, okay, something is off with Warner Bros. Somehow we'll find out eventually. up until I'd waited for the tally in terms of the box office. And out of a budget stemming close to 350, 360 to a return of less than 600 million, it was done. Not only for Josh Whedon, but the person that employed him, Jeff Jones, and DC was done.
Mm.
So at first it's a
Mm.
5 for me, and then upon realizing they're taking all these bits and pieces, it's a 4, ultimately.
Jesus.
4 out of 10.
Is that why you
Yeah,
were
no, man, I
saying?
feel you, dog. I feel
Dog,
you. But can I just
watch
say
it.
one thing?
Sure.
Can I just say on top of what you just said? No, this is the part. Is it Catherine Jenkins? It's not Catherine Bigelow. No, it's Catherine Jenkins that did Wonder Woman. No?
Patty
Patty
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Patty
Patty
Jenkins.
Jenkins. Sorry.
Yes.
Just Bigelow is the one who did Hurt Locker, and Jenkins did something else. No?
Oh yes. Right now, Bigelow has a deal with Netflix on a film that's
Ah,
soon to start production. I think slated to release next year. So she's returning to
yes.
theatrical through
Yeah.
Netflix. But yeah, as you were.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. I just because sometimes I get confused between the two of them, and I think I love Bigelow, but I like Jenkins, and I think
Okay.
ironically, even though this movie was a disaster, and what you just mentioned about Zack Snyder makes perfect sense. I actually do this to just pat myself on the back and plug myself for a second. I did a TikTok actually kind of ranting about Wonder Woman earlier, where
Mhm.
I took a frame of a scene where I talk about Kurosawa and like Pirates of the Caribbean director Tchaikovsky, I forgot his name, but great director. He did the Colin Farrell movie, not the crab or something. Doesn't matter. Anyway, point is there's a cinematography element that is involved here, right?
Definitely.
In a Kurosawa movie, right? They'll have extras in the background, and they'll all have like the same facial expression because it makes like a solid picture in the background. And when all the characters move, when something happens and the characters in the background move, it makes like this kind of effect. Do you know what I mean? But then I took a picture from the scene of the island scene because again, I said I hated the island scene, and it just looked terrible. Every extra in the background, first of all, it was too in focus because you could see all their faces and all their eyes, and they all had a different face each. It diluted the shot, made everything look worse, right? And then I remember watching that because I was watching all these movies at the same time, but binging them. And I went from Wonder Woman to Josh Whedon. Bad movie, objectively worse movie, but the actual scene selection and cinematography was objectively better in the terrible Josh Whedon movie than it was in the actual good Wonder Woman movie. And again, now who do you even blame for that? Is it the cinematographer? Is it the director? It's the director's responsibility at the end. And I was like, Zach, and like you said, attention to detail. Zack Snyder would never have let that happen. Do you know what I mean? He would
A
some of these
stickler for
shots that are in Wonder Woman.
details. A stickler for
Exactly.
details.
As much as there are things that again, Zack Snyder's a person who overblows things. He overeats. You know what I mean? Instead of having a slice of cake, he buys the bakery. And I think that's his problem. And this one, there isn't even a slice of cake in Wonder Woman. I think that's the problem I have with it, and why we all think it's not as good as as we remember it, because I think they let things slide that doesn't get a lot of directors don't let slide in these later two movies. I don't know. I just thought that was just food for thought. What do you guys think about that?
It's
Nah, it's
crazy
an
how you
awesome
guys are
bonus. Thanks, man.
making a case for
Yeah.
Snyder because we usually we talk smack about Snyder, but
No, again,
tonight's
great
episode,
visual artist, great visual director, but
Yes,
story-wise,
but not a good.
pen and paper,
Yes.
it doesn't
Mhm.
happen.
Yeah, gonna smack the paper out of his hand. Yeah.
fair enough.
Same
Okay,
thing with Michael Bay. Actually. Yeah, but sorry. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, sorry.
the next one is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
No.
Justice
Are we
League.
aren't we going via Aquaman and then ending with Zack Snyder's?
Oh, okay,
Or
cool. All right, no problem. No problem. Okay.
Oh, so Aquaman first.
Okay.
remember,
Okay.
we're going through the timeline of the theatrical cuts because after Justice League and then a year later, Aquaman suddenly the first $1 billion DCEU since Man
Yeah,
of Steel.
no problem. So this one,
Um,
as Milo has said,
that's
is
fair.
actually the first most successful movie, if I'm not mistaken, from this.
Why? I don't get it.
It came out in
Yes.
December.
Why?
It came out in December. Remember the release dates. This came out in December, and December
The
really,
first DC film for December, exactly.
yeah.
Usually
I mean,
December's
because
was sort
you
of like
remember,
reserved for family films, Christmas
yes,
films,
And
and then
Oscar
this one
bait.
out of the blue.
yes.
Exactly.
Because even you remember when
It's
Star
bec-
Wars came out in December? I think it was The Force Awakens.
Yeah, it's James Cameron. James Cameron changed the world for this because remember Titanic was the first movie of its kind to go out and come out in December, and then that of course won every single it won the box office. And then was it before or after? I think this was before when Avatar came out. Yeah, Avatar came out before these movies, and that of course broke the box office to pieces as well. Am I right? And I think that's when people realized, oh, there's money in December.
Titanic.
The Avatar movie.
No, 2012.
Titanic first.
Yeah.
Yes. Titanic first, and then Avatar was the one that confirmed, not the last Airbender people, but Avatar confirmed, hey guys, there's money in December. And I think people didn't realize that because they all thought it was in June, July. But then James Cameron
between May and June,
Cameron.
because we didn't
Yes.
used to release those Avengers movies around May, and they used to make a lot of money.
Yes. Exactly.
But I just wanted to say, so to be specific, it came out on the 21st of December in the United States, 21st, right? It had a budget of like between 160 to 200 million. There's a lot more color in this one. And it's directed by James Wan, who was also involved in Fast and Furious, one of the Fast and Furious movies. Shameless plug for those who have not seen our Fast and Furious episodes on 7up. So it stars Jason Momoa, Emma Heard, Willem Dafoe, Patrick Wilson. And this is not the first time James actually worked with Patrick Wilson because they did The Conjuring together.
Yes.
Dolph Lundgren, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who also sort of like plays another role in the DC universe, Watchmen. He actually plays Dr. Manhattan, but that's after this movie was out. And then we also have Nicole Kidman, who comes back in the DC universe as she already played a DC character in the 90s, where she was Bruce Wayne's psychologist in Batman Forever, but now she is Aquaman's mother. Yeah, so that's about it. I mean, this also spawned a sequel, Aquaman King of Atlantis, which came out in 2021, and that was not received as well as this one because almost everybody had already given up at the DCEU by then. But yeah, other people consider this movie to be a water version of Black Panther because they usually look at the events of the story and consider this to be sort of like a Black Panther. But yeah, Rob, this is you, man.
If panthers could swim, I like it. Yeah, okay. Thing is, this movie, it making $1 billion makes no sense. I feel bad saying that, but it low-key makes no sense.
I don't, because I remember this film, and I'm like, why?
December.
Here's the thing.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
True. And I think James Wan's name might actually have some weight behind it. Like, because I mean, Momoa wasn't that big as of yet. Yes, and Fast and Furious, because I think he's already done Fast and Furious and already made $1 billion at this point. So he was yes, before the movie came out, he was already a part of. I remember Vin Diesel. I was like, "You're part of the $1 billion club." So I think someone have to correct me if I'm wrong, but so I think he was already a part of the $1 billion club, which is apparently a real thing. I'm not sure, but anyway, I think he might be the reason the movie. Yes. He might be the reason this movie make $1 billion. It was like, oh my God, it's James Wan. He's about to do it again.
But I mean, this is the same guy that did Rise of Cobra, right? G.I. Joe. No, not Rise of Cobra.
I believe so.
No, it wasn't him. No, it wasn't James Wan.
So thank you.
No. He did the sequel though. He did the G.I. Joe sequel.
No,
didn't he?
Not James Wan. Nope. Let me go to IMDb. G.I. Joe. The first or second one?
Look this up.
The second one with The Rock.
Retaliation. I watched it at cinemas. Gaitola. No, so it's John M. Chu.
Oh,
John M. Chu, the director of majority of the Fast and Furious 5, 6, and 8, and then he quit 9. So yeah, that's John M. Chu.
Oh, sorry, I tend to mix the two. My apologies.
Yeah. See, last week I was racist, and now it's like it's my Mr. Racist to be brutally racist.
The views expressed.
Jesus.
Remember last week with the Jackie Chan movie? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Where I kept mixing Maggie Q and
Hey,
But anyway,
as you were, as you were. Oh, shush.
but anyway, yeah, carry on.
Oh,
Guys.
Kanen, I
For your-
forget, Smilo, you're new around here.
Hey, hey, yeah, the name switching. Hey, Home Affairs would be shocked. They keep on mangnaba. Hey.
Well, just be glad we don't work there. Please be glad we don't work there. Otherwise, it was going
Oh
to be a
yes,
disaster.
oh yes. He's gonna be married to some strange people. But anyway,
Yeah,
my point is,
BCCSA will show up and it's like, this is not even your department. We had to be here.
Hey. We show an
I
apology
think-
next week.
I think James Ward is the fueling force behind this movie. I think I don't have that. I didn't get a chance to rewatch this one fresh, so I'm running off old memories. I enjoyed the first act. I thought it was actually okay. I thought the main something intense happening underwater in advance. It did stick out to me. I thought it was cliche, corny. I didn't really like it that much. But the actual individual characters, I enjoyed Aquaman himself. I think Momoa does a great job.
Playing himself.
Thank,
Very well.
thank, no, definitely. I'm glad Amber Heard didn't drop a load on this one. I think she did okay.
Oh my God, Rob. Oh my God.
I would argue.
Oh my God. Dude, it's a good thing you're not a film blogger. I know we're thinking of doing a film blog, but Jesus.
No, don't. It's
This is
2025. It's
recorded.
too
It
late, my guy.
technically
Do my
counts.
thing. It counts. It's too late.
It counts.
Hey, that I'm not beating her, guys. It's okay. It's just hitting. It doesn't count. But anyway, I do think
Well, at least she didn't step on a bee in this one. So
Hey. Discretion advised. Hey. Tingya logo ya tingya.
Okay,
Johnny Depp is just gonna
okay.
subscribe for that one. But anyway.
Let's hope. But I actually enjoy the action scenes. I think James Wan, of course, is a great guy when it comes to action. I think he managed to put things together fairly well. I wasn't a fan of Mantis per se. I think the character of Mantis himself is always great. He's one of those famously petty villains, if I remember correctly.
No, but like the other
Correct me
thing
if
is, I don't know whose direction it was to have Yahya Abdul Mateen speak like a pirate. Wait, what the hell?
and what
This
kind of
Pirates
revenge
of the
movie is this? So
Caribbean.
he killed your dad. Now you wanna is that in the comics?
No,
Yes,
no, but
he's
I'm
petty.
saying
There's-
I haven't read a lot of Aquaman, but I think Aquaman is responsible for Black Manta's dad dying. I forgot how.
There's
Okay.
there's apparently
yeah, I
three
think he
different
is.
versions. There's three different backstories, and one of them is that he killed his dad, and
Okay.
two of the other ones are some of the most ridiculously petty reasons ever. But anyway, yeah, carry on.
But yeah, no. I'm just before. Sorry to cut you off, Rob, but I'm just like one of the things that made him stand out to me as a bad villain or whatever. It's like he was always like, you scurvy dog, you have taken my doubloons this day.
Yes, it was horrifying. It was horrifying. It was just not great.
I was like, what? This is the modern day. Yeah. The team was on the floor and it's like, I will chase you down to the trenches and I will give you yellow fever in your teeth. I was like,
You know what I mean?
Hey, my nigga, the
You know what
rent
I
is
mean?
due.
it's not even Jack Sparrow. It's not
Let's
even
say
like,
those lines, man. The rent is due.
whimsical or rhythmical
Exactly.
like Jack
Hey,
Sparrow or
dude.
whatever. He's like
Exactly.
speaking like a
So-
cartoon pirate. I was like, that's a bad direction.
Exactly. It combines old school 80s and 90s romance, like Romancing the
Yes.
Stone. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. It combines that kind of adventure romance. It combines a very cliche, I don't want to say Pirates of the Caribbean. No, not Pirates of the Caribbean. No. But like some kind of those like 80s pirate movies where the guys like,
Yeah, 80s and 90s. Yeah, the B
Yes.
flicks, the B flicks of cinema.
Exactly. There's a lot of B flick stuff, but with A flick money in this movie.
Exactly.
And I wish I could get more into the specifics, but anyway, it's not garbage. I think James Wan did. He if he has a writing credit, I'm going to drop this down to a 6. But if he doesn't have a writing credit, I'm going to say his directing abilities elevated this movie better than it deserved to be, than it deserves any right. So I'm going to give it a 7.
Quick
6 of the
trivia.
10
Yes,
out.
James Wan does have a story credit, including Jeff Johns himself, the former head
Oh,
of the DCEU. So it's both of them, including
Okay,
Will Beal,
6.5 then.
Jeff Lien.
6.5.
Jeff
6.5.
Jones. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's. I'm disgusted in the writing, but the actual character interplay, I had fun with that. But yeah, that's me.
Okay, from my side, I like the fact that the colors have improved. I watched it at the theaters just like almost every other DCU movie at the time. But I just don't like the inconsistencies because James Wan now decided to make Mera look like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. He has super red hair, like blood red hair type thing, and
No,
her,
the colors in this, but I'll wait for my turn.
her costume like is like now like grass green. Whereas Snyder had her hair sort of like, that ginger type of hair, that orangish.
Again, not forgetting that the colors are muted, so it sort of like
Yes,
drowns anything bright. Not
exactly,
forgetting that.
bro. So I'm trying to figure out what is the color scheme of this entire franchise. Like, look, don't get me wrong. I mean, they made her look extremely beautiful in this, which is fine, but what are we doing? Also, I feel like Jason Momoa is just being himself here. Like, this is the guy that you see at Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. This is it. This is Arthur. And then to add fuel to the fire, you make this dude seem so dumb, dog. Just so that Mera can have scenes with him, so that Mera is sort of like the one
The
that's giving us
interplay.
the information. Yet this nigga trained
They
with
make,
Willem
they,
Dafoe earlier
yeah, they're
on.
making him Thor. Yes,
So
they're
you're
making
like,
him like a Thor type character.
did he forget his law when he was being trained by this dude? What's going on?
Yeah,
So are you telling me that this guy should be the king of Atlantis and is this clueless? How does that work?
yes, it
That
doesn't.
doesn't make sense to me at all. This is the guy that's gonna train Calder and he's clueless? No, fam. That didn't make sense to me at all. I'm sorry. Like Patrick Wilson should have been the king, or get your mom to come back and be the queen of this thing, because you are not fitting in,
Almost tripping, but I'll talk about him.
you know. And then this whole thing of, your brother defeating you first, in the first act, and then you don't even train, my G. There's no training montage, nothing. You just get a trident. You just get a trident and then you defeat
It's
the guy all
the
of a
eye
sudden.
of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight.
Oh, okay. So you're
Yes,
getting a
we,
trident
we,
is the reason you're overpowering this guy all of a sudden? Who's been training
mhm.
his whole life?
Yeah, don't give me no Ray nonsense. Give me some actual training. Yes, I agree with that.
One of the things I struggled with, man, was hearing them in these under the sea type of dialogues that they had, especially with Patrick Wilson. We were speaking to other kings of the other kingdoms. I'm like, my
Sorry.
God, shouldn't they have had subtitles here? I'm struggling to hear what you guys are saying. Also, why are you guys having Jimon Hansu playing a different character in a DCEU movie, even though this guy is
Wait,
playing
he was in this
them?
movie?
Like, what's going on? Yeah, he's in this.
Wait, Jamon was in this movie.
Yeah. It's just that he was a
Who
CGI
was he?
fishman who got his wife killed or
See,
something.
that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Or didn't Patrick Wilson kill him or something? He was like a fisherman guy in this. King Rico or something like that.
Yo, King Rico even. What's that supposed to mean?
Anyway,
That's how I like my car.
so I agree with you guys. This movie had no business being over 1 billion. But like Smilo said, man, time for family, Christmas, consumerism era, hyper consumerism
Yes.
season. So
Yeah.
it makes sense
Mm.
that this movie would make this much money. And it's not bad. It's quite decent. I think the scenes with Black Manta using his optic blasts to try and destroy Arthur and Mera were incredible. I do know that,
Mm.
they were using stunt people and all on that roof scene, that chase scene, but it really works. It's visually stunning, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. It's James Wan, man.
I'll give this a 7.
All right. For me, first off,
Yeah, it
CGI
counts.
fest. Oh my God. Woo! Too much CGI in this freaking movie. And I get it. We're in Atlantis, I understand, but calm down, guys. Why is everything bright and shiny all the time? Whoa.
Snyder's gone. Snyder's gone. Rejoice.
Yeah,
I refuse.
there's no medium. There's no medium setting on the color grading. There's no middle. Guys, like everything is shiny. Like things that are not even supposed to be shiny. Like even Jason Momoa's hair in this, in some frames, it's shining, and I'm like, Buffett, come on.
Rejoice. Ntate
This is
300
some
is
good
gone. You
commercial.
have color. Thank you. Throw it for
Hey,
the
bro,
kids out there.
I think Momoa saves this movie because he's the most like interesting. But the thing
Charismatic,
is,
yeah.
yeah, but the thing is also, it's just like the problem with this universe is that you guys established that like part of the reason why this Aquaman doesn't work fully is because the way you established him, he was like littering like halfway like in like I don't know how many scenes in this universe or whatever. Like the whole of the Justice League movie, he's just throwing bottles into the
In the
water
ocean. Like, what the hell?
in the ocean, and it's like this is supposed to be
Aren't
your
you supposed
thing,
to be
my G.
protecting the sea?
Like when they capture him in the thing, I thought Orm was gonna be like, and he's been littering the ocean for years.
Yeah.
Orm was gonna
It's
snitch.
it's like seeing poison ivy with a lawnmower.
Yeah, I was like,
Yo.
what's happening? Yeah, Black Manta is great when he's not speaking. Yaya
Jesus.
Abdul-Mateen is a way better actor than they gave him credit for in this one. Because when they have him talk, my G, it's like this particular dialogue, whatever you're going for here. Also, I get that he's supposed to be a pirate, but he does like he's not an actual like he's not a swashbuckling fighting Blackbeard in 1419 footsec or whatever. He's like a
Hey,
modern
bro.
man who robs ships.
His dad
He's
Like
had,
I'm
trying to
saying,
pitch.
had less screen time and he seems to be doing a better
Yo.
job than him at this point.
no, and I'm saying his
Imagine.
dad was also speaking like a normal dude. I'm like, you can't
So
put
where are you
Yahya
getting it
Abdul
from?
Mateen in a submarine and then have him say "I matey." That's
It's like, where are
confusing.
you getting it from? Where's he getting it from?
It's like was his mom like Blackbeard's cousin or something? What's happening? Anyway,
Hilarious.
yeah, the fight scenes are cool. Orm. Like I don't think Patrick Wilson like there's no standout villain moment
He
Mm,
in
actually
this.
physically
A
looks
lot of
like Aquaman from the comics, by the way.
yeah,
yeah,
Ooh,
I
now
mean I
that you
feel like
say
they should have
it.
probably cast him as Aquaman if we're
yeah,
being honest. But
yeah. And let's
because I
not talk
think he would
about
have done a
Williams
better
just
job.
phoning it in.
I don't think he's like convincing as a villain. Like they
Hmm.
also made him a villain in the A Team, and I was just like, eh. But
This guy,
anyway,
this guy's a hero, guys. You know he's the hero. He's always the hero. Why are you guys
It's
making him a
because he's so
villain?
good looking, but it's because he would make a good surprise villain. You know what I mean? Like in
Hmm.
shows
yeah,
when
but
the
he
main
didn't bring it. It kind of fell flat for me.
yeah, but
Yeah, the fight scenes are great. A few of them. The CGI was. I think maybe it was just the colors. I think the colors were just they were too much for me. And everything. Aquaman's uniform that they tried to make him more comic book accurate in the comics, it's too shiny. It's too crunchy. It was like this is just a lot going on and
Get his Ember,
everything.
boss. Get his Ember, boss. Stick on that for on IMAX. You'll be happy. You'll be very happy with your girlfriend and kids.
Okay, yeah, I guess maybe. Last
Yeah.
note, Mira was I don't know. Also, they keep changing her accent. I was like, "Are you British now? You were American in the Justice League. What happened?"
I-
This is like the setting is the OS. They press a button
there you
in her
go.
back, and it's like you will switch to British mirror, and then you will switch to American mirror. I was like, why are you so inconsistent?
Yeah, like
Like
Buzz
she
Lightyear
was
in Twister.
inoffensive, but she wasn't good to
Yeah,
me. It was like you're here and you exist, and you're the person that Aquaman has to
You're
kiss
the
in the
love
water. But
interest, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, this one will be a six. Six. I give it a six.
That's me too, man.
As long as I don't give it a two.
Two. Okay.
Mm.
All right. On my end, gents, I'm gonna be pivot quite much. Why? As the homie has said, that it's more of an 80s B flick style. Everything it's thrown out. It's more gag, more fun. This is them throwing the architect that Snyder had built of the characters not only being broody but being larger than life. Sort of like things that even your normal human couldn't relate to. This is now James Wan saying, let's throw all that out. I'm taking the B flick, throwing all the comedic stuff, throwing the action people love and expect of me, and throwing as much VFX as you can expect. So, and it so happened that on the day of the screening, the theater had a problem in which the tape had to be reset, meaning I'd watch a film practically twice, but cut in half. First batch, and then the other batch cut in half, and then the second batch restarted again from scratch. Where now the plot, the acting, you could tell that, look, it's not as serious. You don't need to think of the mythology. Comics,
Mhm.
they can borrow certain elements given that Jeff Johns has a story credit, sure. But
Mhm.
this is just a B-flick film. And for all its intents and purposes, it was cool. Is it watchable now? Yes, you still can watch it, more so that they even remastered Aquaman and also re-released it in IMAX. A
Ah.
full 180 or
Oh,
170 30 version, it's available now, all in its VFX glory. So, in hindsight, it's more of a six.
So this
And you
meaning this
forgot every.
movie, if they were doing DVD releases, it would have made a gang lot of money then, with what you just said
oh yeah.
now.
Because of the IMAX re-release,
Yeah.
definitely. And y'all forgot one thing, all of you, that was mentioned upon the film's release, which was even made a joke by Honest Trailers. It's
Mhm.
the first flick which, upon each character having a dialogue within 5 minutes, is an explosion. Something
Wow.
happens, characters have to gather around before a resolution is made. Explosion. And it was a meme,
Yeah.
and it was funny. Upon my recommendation of you guys getting the film and watching the IMAX, it's going to be funny. That the minute characters have to intercede and for them to gather around and share plot point, there's been an explosion on the background and then it comes to the main scene. It's quite
Wow.
funny.
Wow.
It's quite
Mm.
funny.
I remember when the trailer came out, the guys from How It Should Have Ended, actually Batman, he's like, ah, fish Eminem. And he's talking about Patrick Wilson's character. He's talking about He says, dude, this guy looks like
Yeah.
Eminem. You know. Anyway.
My name is Wiki Wiki.
So it's a sections. It's a family film. They threw all the main sort of like lineage of what made DC what it was, given that you remember it started through Man of Steel and through all the drama and the salsa that happened. This is James Wan having fun. And to everyone's surprise, another belly just after Fast 7. Now it's this, a belly
Mm.
in December no hal.
Mhm.
So take it as you will, throw all the common sense and what you know of DC out the way. Just have fun. That's it. So it's a six.
Wait, Buck, you gave it
Yeah.
a 7, right? Not a 6.
I
No, no, no.
said
I
No, he
I
gave
give
gave
it
it
a
a
six.
6.
He gave it a
it's a
six.
six for me.
I'm
I
the
gave it
only
a
one that
six.
gave it a
Yeah.
7. Okay.
Yes.
Jesus. Okay,
No.
so
Mhm.
Remember,
yeah.
you only hate good movies. Kutz, remember, you only hate good movies.
Wow.
Don't forget.
Wow.
Dance, get a common IMAX version in 4K. It's that clean. It's that good. Given that
I
it
can I
had sort of
can
like
I,
that
Mhm,
I
touch.
look
mhm.
I don't disagree with that at all. I'm sure it's really good. Okay, so the next one, I'm assuming this is the last one, is it not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the last one for the
Yes.
night.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Zack
Here we
Snyder's
go.
Justice League
Yes.
came out in 2021 after
A quick,
fans.
quick
Uh,
question. Sorry to intercede. Aren't we going according to the theatrical releases, meaning we're supposed to go to Shazam a year after?
Nah,
oh,
well, it's too
Kanen.
late. We
We
wrote the
are,
order
but
wrong.
Rob asked us to do it. This has
Yeah.
been
Okay.
the
And that's fine. You were there. No, guys, he didn't miss the memo. Why are you saying this now?
No, because
Uh,
I'm like,
This
wait.
man is cool.
DC has just celebrated 1 billion after Snyder left, and then you're jumping to him. It's like, how, Jen? So there's a continuity now. How?
I think he
Started-
just.
started
Brother,
I
they
back.
don't care. Continuity be changing from
I
movie
feel
to movie in this
cold.
franchise, dog.
think Rob just wants to get something off
Batman
his
went
chest.
from if there's a 1% chance possibility that Superman is evil, we must destroy him, to hey, we gotta do everything to bring this bra back. He is our last hope. What
You had
happened
what,
to you?
villain?
Did
Rob
you
Let's
wants
have
to-
fun.
He wants to get off something from his
did you
chest.
hit your head?
No, it's fine. I'm good.
Okay.
You sure,
So
Rob?
anyway, this movie came out in 2021 after years and years of fans online asking DC to release the Snyder Cut, to a point where even Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, and even Ray Fisher
No more.
and Momoa came in and said hashtag release the Snyder Cut. So DC
Actually,
relented, and I guess you could say this was sort of like a marketing strategy for HBO Max. Let's be honest.
it was a recovery because if I don't know if you guys remember, but Ray Fisher basically torpedoed his own future. By the way, guys, when it comes to filmmaking, you're not as if you're on the ground level, you're an actor, you're not allowed to complain. And Ray Fisher complained. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
remember this.
Yeah, I
Ray
remember.
Fisher basically
His
picked up
tweets
Joss
were always
Whedon.
about Warner Brothers
No,
and
I
Joss
think the
Whedon.
problem is with Ray
Yes.
is that people were on his side, but like there comes a time when you complain too much.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
there
It
comes a
like lasted
time
a
where it's
year.
just like, look, dog, I know that things didn't work out the way that they are for you, but you're still kind of in a position to turn your career around.
And let's be
Yes.
Like,
honest,
you know,
before this, did you guys know him?
No, of course not.
that's another
So
thing.
what are you doing, Ray? What are you doing to your career?
Yeah,
No, like I get it. Look, the studio screwed you. Like that's not fair. You
yes,
should say something. But I mean,
yes.
after a year, you're still saying the same things. It's like, come on, my guy, start leveraging this stuff. Start doing something else.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, he
I,
made
I
it's
think
an
if
he made an on. Yeah,
no, go
no,
on.
you're saying.
I'll chip in after.
All right, cool. Well, the thing is, Ray Fisher made the honorable choice, right? Because I don't know if you guys know who Bert Kreischer is. Basically,
Yeah.
he's like a stand-up comedian. For those who don't know, he's a stand-up comedian, and
The machine.
basically, he's famous for being a big drinker. But in college, he used to drink so much that the character of Van Wilder, the one that Ryan Reynolds plays, is literally about him. Yeah. So when he
Are
found
you
out,
talking
he
about the
told
guy that
people about
always
his
takes
life.
his shirt off?
Yeah.
Yes, the character of Ryan Wilder is about him.
Oh,
So he told people that story, and a journalist took that information down, made an article about him, right? And then a filmmaker made a movie about that article. And then he was like, what the hell? I wasn't consulted, nothing. You guys just made a movie about me, basically.
kind of like Fast and the Furious. You know that was based on an article about speed racing, right?
It was. It
Yes,
was.
About
exactly.
Racer X, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. But and then a lawyer approached him and said, "Yo, man, you want to be in show business, right? So you got two choices. You can either A, sue and become the guy that sued, or you can become cool and just be the cool guy." And he was like, "You know what? It's fine. I'm gonna become the cool guy." And now I actually think Ray Fisher, it's honorable that Ray Fisher went in the I'm just gonna stand up for myself. That's cool. But now the only other movie you've done since then is ironically another Zack Snyder film because he's got your back.
Exactly.
But then you died in the first movie, even on that one. So it's like, ooh, was this the right choice? Like, I mean, it's the right choice, but is it the right choice? Do you know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying is that there was a point where it was too much. There was a point where he had
Yes.
everybody's sympathies and it was great. But now you can't be 2 years in saying the same thing because now it's like, bro, you're trying to make this your career now, complaining about Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
It's like you need to
agents.
take that time. Like you need to take that time to talk to your agent to find more film. If you want to be petty, go make a movie where you're a robot cyborg and you're destroying things left and right, and call yourself Captain Robo Man or something. Like
I think,
Exactly. But remember this.
productive.
to be fair, I
Um,
think if we can also trace back to the timeline around when he came out and sort of like
Mhm.
not in a sense leaked, but he came out to say, look, remember the tour we did promoting a certain movie and me saying everything was on board?
Mm.
Well, it wasn't. And I also
Mm.
looking at the specifics of who was running DC at that time, it's another exec.
Mm.
The same exec that
Yes.
now pushed for your Birds of Prey, your Suicide Squad, and
Mhm.
all that came after. Now the trouble began where now upon him being included in an investigation where all the
Mhm.
claims that it made from Justice League onwards to say, okay, there's a certain someone that has a problem with the person from the production side,
Mhm.
and we still have, awaited fair trial in terms of feedback. What's going on? Are we thrown
Right.
under the bus? Ngoba a certain person has said,
Yes.
because you, a black actor, giving you a favor. And I could feel
Mhm.
somewhat where certain people in industries are saying, hey, it's this guy. No, we can't handle you. So
Yes.
it's more of,
Mhm.
gents, damned if I do, damned if I don't. And it is what it was. Only to find that at a later
Yeah.
stage,
And
Gal
remember,
Gadot now
technically, at the
comes.
end of the day,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm, yeah, no, I'm saying, I was about to say what you're about to say is that, yeah, eventually he did actually get Joss Whedon's scalp. I mean, he got
Hmm.
Joss Whedon. He got him.
He did.
No, I'm
Joss
saying
But
Whedon
fair
ended
at
enough,
up.
what
but dog,
cost?
like what I'm trying to say is that it's not wrong that he stood up for himself. It's not.
Mm,
What I'm trying to say though is that like you still need to be productive. Like you can't tank
mm,
everything like and then you got
mm,
nothing. Like what I'm saying is that he didn't even open up like a YouTube channel or
yeah.
something or like try to do some like you
It's
can get some fun
tricky. Mhm.
you're Ray Fisher, you were in some big movies, you're trying to do something, try and do like an indie film, try and do like a small film and still keep your IMDb active. Like it's
I
not
think
enough to
because
get
he's a theater
Mm,
actor. I might speculate on my end. It's something that even before with him being on theatrical and TV, it's something he's been pushing of being passionate around and being a start of him getting in the industry. But remember, this is DC. And as much
Hmm.
as it's
mm,
owned by Warner Bros., the same Warner Bros. That owns all these sites, your THR, your Rotten Tomato, we'll never know on
mm,
his perspective. For instance, if he did try to get a gig and then someone's out there said, "Hey, Warner Bros. Says
Definitely.
something about you. We can't touch
Hmm.
you."
yeah.
So it
Hmm.
goes
Yeah.
back to
No,
my
I'm
earlier
saying
point.
don't you
Damn
don't
if you
have to go to
do.
Warner Bros though. Like people who are doing indie films, they don't give a damn. If you're going to go
No.
audition for a small film, they're going to take you because they need all the talent that they can get. If you're on
Hmm.
Yeah.
YouTube shooting stuff and shooting short films or
Mm,
whatever, it's just like
Hey man,
like
29 was a wild year. We'll never know.
yeah.
From an
Yeah.
actor's
I
We'll
mean,
never
perspective,
we'll
know what
never
it's
happens.
all
know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying
speculation.
my
Yeah.
point is that don't let your clout like just disappear, or don't let
Yes.
your clout, or don't let the thing you're known for just be complaining, especially when you've got a name like that. Use it, and I
Yes.
don't think he
No.
did.
I just want to
It's
say,
True.
I
fair.
think
True.
another thing to mention though is throughout this entire franchise, I feel like there's three people that really sabotage themselves. Uh, is Ray Fisher, clearly, because from a branding, marketing, PR perspective, that was not good. Amber Heard with the whole Johnny Depp thing. By the time Atlantis came out, people were not interested in Amber Heard anymore. So much so that I think she only got 8 minutes in the movie. And
And
then
also, she was
Drastically
not a
cut
great
down.
actress already, so
and then you had
Drastically cut down.
Ezra Miller because they were like
ugh,
Insane.
they were
insane.
Insane
miscast.
cult leader.
I'm saying
Yeah.
they were miscast. They basically should have been the Joker because that was Joker acting.
Like, I don't know what they were thinking,
Dude.
bro. But anyway, to cut the long story short, as I was saying, so 70 million was spent to complete the visual effects, score, editing with new material being shot in October 2020. And also the film is dedicated to the memory of Autumn Snyder, which is Zack Snyder's daughter. The movie is like 4 hours long, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Too
242
Yes, it
long,
is.
yeah.
minutes to be exact. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so that's about it, gents. I think Rob, it's
Yeah.
you.
Rob,
Cool. I will see now if this is what makes a Snyder fanboy, then I'm a Snyder fanboy because I will defend this movie with my life. I I love this movie so much. I think number one, I'm okay with long movies, by the way. I've watched Titanic, A Lord of the Rings. I'm a binger at heart. You know what I mean? I will watch the entire Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy in one night. I once watched the entire 24 series in 1 week. I don't know if you guys know it's
okay,
actually
but yeah,
24
just to
hours.
push, but to push back
But the point
against
is,
that though, just a little bit, and I'll let you finish. Is that the difference is that the way those things are kind of set up is that like they're kind of
Mhm.
episodic, so they kind of have like your start, your middle, your end of this particular
Uh-huh.
section or whatever.
Yes.
Whereas this movie, we get to the middle section, and it's like a lot of stuff is just not happening, and that's what kind of makes it drag. It's like, yeah,
I
Lord of the Rings, 3 hours. Part of the reason why I didn't feel it is because I felt like everything that was happening was important, and there's just a lot of stuff happening in this that is just not important to me.
understand you saying that, but I actually kind of disagree because I think there's a lot of things here that come together so nicely. So, like for example, just off the tone of the entire thing flows into each other. For example, like with the Joss Whedon cut, it starts with the song "Everybody Knows." I actually know the band. I forgot the name of the song right now, but it's like out of context, it's a great song. But when Zack Snyder starts with that inspirational music as he builds up to the start of his movie, you can tell a complete and utter tone difference. W type thing, Smallville type build up with the. You remember Smallville used to have like a pop song every episode. That's what it felt like with that Joss Whedon Snyder full tone. I flip and love it. Also, I understand why Ray Fisher was upset because Cyborg is the main
The
point of this movie.
heart. He's a
He's the
heart,
crux.
yeah.
Exactly. He's the crux of this whole thing, and I do think he does a good job holding it up. Even though to me, I feel like his dad was out here acting for his life like that. I don't know what that man. I keep forgetting his name, but Jesus, that man is good. Like to me, him and Gary Oldman should be next to each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
and
The
then
but
father
they
it's
kill
of
him
great.
off, and everybody's
Cybertronic.
just like,
Of
and
Cyborg.
then they kill him off, and everybody's just like, and you're like,
Same
Ah,
guy
dude,
on Terminator 2 that was killed as well. Similar instincts.
yes. Miles Dyson, I think, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, I'm a Terminator. Yes. Um, but again, great performances. The Flash, his slow motion, again, whether you like slow motion or not, I think his ending was beautiful. And the fact that he's like, oh, the fact that they managed to get so much done in like maybe like three Flash scenes, like they managed to achieve where like where they set up the time travel thing and they finish it off with the whole Flash going backwards thing. It would have been nice if it led to Flashpoint, but I thought that flowed so beautifully into itself. We've already discussed the film cinematography. We already know that this man is good at what he does. I think, I think if this was not the
But
vision he was going for, yeah,
I wanted to
yeah,
interject and say the cinematographer is the same guy responsible for DPing Game of Thrones season 7 and 8.
Mm.
As cinematographer from Game of Thrones on a DC film, so I'm just throwing it out there.
yeah, no,
Mm.
that's great actually. It low key kind of makes sense. I'll never forgive the long night, but
Yeah,
besides that,
same here, because we couldn't see anything. But okay.
yes, exactly. And it's because of I forgot the director's name for the long night, but I think he was trying to do that thing that what's it, the movie where the guy got where Leonardo DiCaprio gets molested by a bear. That was done completely
Revenant.
with natural lighting.
Revenant,
Revenant,
yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
So I think they were trying to copy Revenant. I feel like that's what was happening there. Point is, I actually really enjoy the cinematography. I think things flow into each other. Like good example being again excuse me, I'm comparing cuts, but like the Joss Whedon cut, the horrible dialogue where the guy's
Oh,
like, oh, there's a monster. And then the guy's like, "Oh, you're not a monster. Oh, you thought it was me on this corner?" Yes, the way you worded it, it sounded like you were saying you were the monster. You know what? Never mind. Okay, but the point is, you see that scene, they're in the room, and then it leaves. And then when you do the Snyder cut, you're in that room, and it turns out they're not just having a conversation for the sake of it, where he's upset about the whole situation. But you see in the room is the mother box. I remembered watching the Josh Whedon cut, going, "Where is the mother box?" Do you know what I mean? I don't remember seeing the third mother box, but now we actually see a shot of where it is. So it explains itself, it justifies itself. Now I'm not going to say this movie is skinny. It's not. There are some. I think, ironically, this movie's success, at least in the box office, if I remember correctly, it had as many views as like Godzilla at the time,
Yeah,
and this
it's
was a
the fourth
streaming movie.
most streamed movie that year on HBO
yeah,
Max.
people really wanted to
Exactly.
see Lois Lane look for a hamper or a shirt 15 minutes to give to Clark Kent as he stands shirtless in the field.
Yes, okay. Jeez, man. But yes, anyway, I still love that. Point is, I still love it. And again, them talking now again, I feel like Joss Whedon has a thing where he can make a person more human, but I still enjoy the conversations here. Um, they just don't they aren't as they're just more plot specific than they are in the Joss Whedon ones. But it's still fine. It still comes together nicely because this man's he's telling a overall story as opposed to a character story that Joss Whedon is more into. So I again the characters they make sense, the flows of the storylines make sense, the impact points make the most sense, and I think they're gorgeous. I think I told you guys about Hugh Howard last week about how a good movie is defined as three great scenes and zero bad ones. Unfortunately, I would say maybe there's one or two bloated scenes, but I think the Flash scene is genuinely great. The water scene with the thing is genuinely great. The improved Wonder Woman, the
Wait, which
improved
water scene are you referring to?
when they have to touch the thing they touch the water at the exact right moment. I thought that was a brilliant scene, the great setup. And of course, the Wonder Woman Amazon fight scene, the improved version, was also great. So I think it does enough to be a great movie. But again, there's some fat there. They could trim that fat off, but you know what? I like my steaks with fat. So I'm okay with that. I'm happy. So I'm gonna give this a solid 9 out of 10.
Wow.
9.
9.
Sorry, Hitler, did you say
9.
something?
Man is flabbergasted for days.
9.
Yeah.
9 is
I don't
wow.
think that much. Just call me a Snyder fanboy. Of course, this is the part where he goes crazy after this movie. But for now, I'm a Snyder fanboy.
Fair enough.
Look, I'm just gonna say what needs to be said. And shout out to Pila. He also said this, and I felt like he read my mind when he said it. There's no way Snyder would have come up with this movie the way it is without watching the Whedon cut. It's near impossible, dog. Let's be honest. Are you telling me that the execs saw this and said we need Joss Whedon?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Studio Politics 101.
That's not what happened at all. Snyder saw that movie and said, I need to fix
Yeah.
Whedon messed up. And that's what happened. And it worked.
I think
Because
that
even his director's
yes.
cuts and whatever that we see afterwards, they're still garbage. Hello, Rebel Moon. But man, those 4 hours were not wasted. You know, from the beginning, when you see Superman crying and all of that, and seeing those sound waves reaching different areas, you know, the mascara, and you don't want to be in Gotham and you don't want to be in Metropolis when Superman is dying, because clearly, yeah, that man's cries that could damage your eardrums. But anyway, look, Snyder was able to make Amazonians actually look like Amazonians. Those women were buff and they were
Apparently, sorry to cut you on that, there was a huge detraction on the set photo of the same chicks on the Snyder cut shown on the Whedon cut, and apparently the media was like, "Yeah, Snyder is this is trash. No woman could look like this." And then, funny enough, fast forward to Snyder cut, it made sense. People literally believe that these are Amazonians.
exactly.
Sort of
Yes.
like a timing type of perspective, where it's 2017, it was a different industry post now the pandemic, where people feel burned out post Marvel's opulous Avengers, and then this was a complete night and day difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, those women looked amazing. They looked like MMA fighters,
Yes.
all of them. You know.
Yeah. It is.
Studio execs make the story. The politics will sort themselves out later. Just make the story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yo, you know when they were breaking those pillars and whatever, I think they were using, I don't remember what they were using, hammers or whatever. I haven't seen this movie in a minute. But those
Mallets.
women were strong. Yo.
Yeah.
And also like Stephen Wolf
physique.
looked like like, okay, you can see that this is a apocalyptic warrior.
The
You know what I
aesthetic,
mean?
the origin.
Yeah, that
Yes.
gold and the fact that look, you can try and stab this guy, you can try and do whatever, that armor that he wears, man. It definitely that is what we call armor right there. It's not spandex. You know what I mean? And like when you watch someone like that, you understand why the Justice League has to come together. The whole point of the Justice League is we have to defeat an enemy that is stronger than any of us could ever fight by ourselves and win against. That's the whole point of the league, you know.
Mm.
That was the whole point of the Avengers.
Now, until Superman decides, okay, I'm done playing around now.
Until he decides
Let
that
me
he's not
hit this guy
impressed.
with everything. Let me hit this guy with everything that I've got. And it's like, what?
I'm not impressed. Nigga, chill. Anyway, anyway,
That freaking episode of the JLA cartoon, I live in a world of cardboard. If you could do this, hit him.
one of my favorite versions of Bruce Wayne / Batman is in this movie, man. Like from the moment he steps out of a plane, speaks to Alfred, dude just looks cool. I still think it's dumb
persona,
that
the
you're
aura.
recruiting. I still think it's dumb that you're recruiting metahumans looking like Bruce Wayne, a mega billionaire that everybody knows in the whole world,
Also, on horseback.
on
Like,
horseback.
why are you riding a horse, my guy? Like, just take a plane.
Yeah, it's dumb. And the jokes here are they sort of work. What's your superpower again? I'm rich. How did you get the house back again? I bought the bank. You know, those moments, they're not
They flow better.
it's not dialogue. This
Yes.
is in character. You know what I mean? It works for what it is. So I like that. I don't like the Martian Manhunter scene where he pretends to be Clock's mother. I felt like that was unnecessary.
Martha Manhunter.
Yeah,
What
like
a waste
why
of
did you
time
have to
and use
pretend
and
to be?
resources.
Where was Clock's mother? If you were doing that.
Yeah, and I'm saying you're a military general. You literally took time out the day, like somebody's looking for you. Like,
Nigga,
hey
you have
dog, we need you
reports
to
to read.
approve.
You have to orders to make. You have to command troops. What about training? What's going on?
To be
And I'm like,
fair,
yeah.
no,
Well,
no,
I'm
to be
just saying, and
fair,
I'm like,
initially,
Lois Lane.
no,
You took that
continue,
time out for
Kwafka.
Lois. You took that time out for Lois. It's like Lois can't help. She can't box a parademon. You want her to
Go
report.
fight Stephen Wolf. Why are you chilling? Go fight
To be
Stephen Wolf.
fair, to Zack Snyder's defense, that entire scene was dedicated for Green Lantern, which the execs at that time, a certain someone had tipped the execs to say, do not let this guy use Green Lantern for any reasons possible. And unfortunately, he had to do with what he had, meaning, okay, as a last minute switch up to fill this gap of a role, I'll make him Martian Manhunter. Might as well.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
saying even
half-hearted
Green
with what we
Lantern.
got.
That part
But I'm
is
saying
fine.
Green Lantern showing up for Lois Lane it doesn't
No.
like they should have just made it Martha. Just make it
Just
Martha.
make it Martha.
And Martha goes home.
Yeah.
Why is she transformed?
Anyway, yeah, it was a beautiful scene until she transformed into Martian Manhunter. I'm sure even Diane Lane is like, why? It's like why are we doing this? Anyway, Flash's dog scene where he's looking for a job and he's staring at Iris's eyes for like 20 minutes while trying to eat a hot dog or whatever he's trying to do. Like, bro, that's way
What's
too long.
resumes? What's
That
resumes,
scene
guys?
was way too long. Like, what are you trying to compete?
What about resumes?
Are you trying to compete with Bryan Singer with Quicksilver? This is not working. Quicksilver scenes are way more interesting than this.
Yeah, nothing's ever gonna match that.
No ways.
Yep.
Then they changed the whole history thing that Darkseid was the one that was trying to come here to get the anti-life equation, and he lost against the Greeks and the Martian Manhunters and
The
Amazonians.
World United.
It was
Yeah,
better.
the
It
World
was better
United.
for that to be. It was better for that to be Steppenwolf to make it Darkseid cut his
To make
impact
it a
in half.
whole
Yeah.
god of apocalypse.
Yeah.
To be
Because
fair,
it
it
kind-
was Uxis. It's not Darkseid. It's a young version of him who yet had to earn the mark of the kind of what's the
He had the
Darkseid's
Omega
power.
symbol though.
Anti-life.
But
But I'm
he's
saying,
still Uxis
Smilo,
at
he
that
had the
time, so he's
Omega
younger.
effect.
But
But I'm saying he still had
apparently,
the Omega. Yeah, he
well,
still had the Omega effect. So
fair,
I
but
don't.
apparently we got in a younger version of Ulixis. that came and was defeated and trained and destroyed 1,000 worlds and then came back, only to find that he left it right on the very earth he first invaded. So take
Which
that as
doesn't make
well.
any sense because it's just like you should have been able, if you're looking for the anti-life equation, like you should have just found it. Like as soon as you landed, it should have been
100%.
located.
And
But
also, like, if you're gonna make this guy the big bad, that's a horrible way of introducing him.
yeah, don't introduce him getting his ass whooped and then he has to run away.
Yeah, ask Marvel with Kang, him getting beaten by ants, and you want this person to be the big bad? And then Kevin Feige is gonna come and say, no, that was the plan all along. He was never meant to be the big bad. What about that post-credit scene with the Council of Kangs? Stop lying to us, Kevin. Anyway, anyway,
As they were.
anyway, so shout out to Henry Cavill as well. I mean, he really knocked it out of the park, man, when he came back. That fight with Stephen Wolf, Wonder Woman chopping his head off, and Darkseid just looking, you know, just just like he's watching football or something. Like it's just like
Nah, but
okay,
it looks like he's taking another L because it's like you're not going to jump through the portal and help your
and
nigga.
help and box. Why don't you just box this nigga, then take Stephen Wolf's corpse and then bounce and be like, you're lucky I'm not in the mood. And we're like, "Ah," you know what I mean? No. Anyway, yeah, that flash scene was impeccable. Like Rob has mentioned it, it was impeccable, man. That monologue that he makes and talking to his dad, even though his daughter is not listening. But yeah, that was amazing. Scenes with his dad were also good, you know, even though they were minor. Prison scenes, they were really nice. I can't really say much about Wonder Woman, man. But that scene with the kids and all of that, we already saw that. So there was not really much improvement on that
Yeah.
front. There's nothing that I think Whedon has really done differently from what we saw from Snyder. So you can clearly see that was Snyder's cut all along.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
all
so that's my
Snyder.
take on it. I really enjoyed every moment of it. It was 4 hours well spent. It could have been cut down maybe to 3.5 or something because honestly, some scenes were too
Yeah.
long because of the slow motion. But it's a good movie
Mm.
nonetheless. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Whoa, okay.
Hey, okay, here we go.
And now comes the attacks. We've
It's
gotten the
over.
The fours
positive
and the
side, now
twos
the
and the
dark
threes.
side.
Hey,
Yeah, here it
guys,
comes,
okay,
guys.
for me, this movie is way too long. Like, they have a slow motion scene with Lois Lane. I'm like, is Lois gonna help Box at the end of the film? Why is she getting so much screen time? Like, I think we see her put a cup down in slow motion. I was like, what? And then also, like, there was an extra long scene with the Scandinavian people. I don't know if they were Scandinavian, but they were singing on Aquaman's vest or something, or
Yeah.
holding it for him. Like,
A
I was
Return of
like,
the
is this your?
Legend, apparently.
Yeah, I was like, is this your harem? Are you cheating on Mira and you didn't tell nobody?
That's hilarious.
What's happening here? Uh, there's just there like I think if they cut the slow motion scenes in this movie, the film would have been 2 hours because there was some indulgence here. Um, there's still some like weird things going on here with like again the Amazonians. You what break the building and what Steppenwolf can't swim. He won't reach the box. Okay.
That's your
Um,
contingency? What kind of contingency is
and
this?
and also on top of that, I'm like, wait a minute. Amazonians, you don't have phones, or there's no more like a convenient way to let her know. Like Steppenwolf is on his way with the box. You guys have an arrow. I don't know. Guys, come on. Diana should have spun the block and she's like, here's some iPhones. Call me when things go wrong. I'm going back to men's world. um, Again, Batman is better utilized in this. I mean, at least he does assemble the team for the thing. Flash still can't run. He's still doing that silly ass run. I don't understand it. Yeah, Mara is still her accent. I don't know what's going on with Mara. I don't know how they directed Amber Heard, but hey, she's still all over the place with this accent of hers and everything. Like, yeah, at the end of it, she's like, "You boisted," and I was like, "What? Is this boisted?" And I was like, "What are you trying to say, Mara?" Um, the flow of the story is better. It's just the slow motion got too gratuitous for me. I liked it when the slow motion had meaning. Like I said again, Lois shouldn't have had slow motion. What else was also in slow motion? Oh yeah, they do a lot of walking slow motions. Like Aquaman would walk to the sea, and then the sea will splash on his face, and I'm
Oh,
like,
and
yeah,
Victor
The
Stone.
introduction.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
he
like
likes his
it was
intros.
kind of like because I know filmmakers film more than they need to, so that they have every shot that they need to make something work. But this felt like it was like all of it is going in,
Yeah,
and
you're
I was
right.
like, okay,
Cyborg walking, then him on the field as a footballer.
yeah, yeah, dog. And then you also get to watch him make the money bigger for the lady, and
That
the
was such
stock
a
market
horrible
is two
idea. That was
bulls.
so dumb.
The stock
Hey,
market is
dog,
two
watch
bulls
dogs.
fighting
Like, okay,
over
and
money
then
was
the parent is trying to convince the principal that that's okay. Like, no, that's not okay. The fuck? That's not okay. This guy committed fraud. What are you talking about? That was not
yeah,
okay.
dog. No, and I mean also like it even gets to the point where we have to sit through Cyborg's parent-teacher meeting,
That's the
and
one
we
I'm
have to
talking
see his
about.
mom scold the principal,
That's the one I'm
and
talking
like,
about. I'm like,
oh
no,
yeah.
that makes no sense. Like, no, what he did was wrong.
No, they did it twice because remember when he gets his cyborg abilities, he also
And
does it
then
again
Oh,
with
the
the lady at the
ATM.
bank
Yeah.
the
at the
ATM, yeah.
ATM, and then that's when you see the giant bulls fighting with each other, and ah,
The introduction of the
Mm.
Prince of
That
Technology.
one
But
I'm fine with. But the parents teacher one, I'm like,
there's still
nah, fam. No. The teacher is right here.
I don't think you needed it. I didn't think you. But anyway, what's another thing with this film? Oh yeah, Batman still has weird. Yeah, doesn't Aquaman come through like the sewer? I found that kind of strange. I was like, yeah, I'm here to save you guys, and I was like, with sewer water?
Are you a
Even
Teenage Mutant
you,
Ninja Turtle? What's
yeah, okay. Um, the cool thing was when it was not in slow motion when Flash does that lightning thing and he catches all the rocks. I thought that
Yeah,
was
that was
cool.
dope. That's way better than
Yeah,
I don't know how to save people. That's way
yeah,
better
that
than
that
that.
yeah yeah that is. This movie is objectively better than the Justice cut. It is. I mean, it's made in response to the Justice cut. This is not what we would have gotten if Zack Snyder did his movie the first time around. It's not what would have happened.
But it was
we would
not
have
Um,
gonna
gotten
look like
Batman with
this.
a gun.
Let's be honest. It was not gonna be like this at all.
yeah. No. Also, Steppenwolf, like they have like they reuse shots or whatever. It's like they have two of the same conversation in the film. I noticed that, which I found okay, kind of strange. Um,
I belong to no
what's it?
one. Or what did she say? I don't listen to any man or something. That was a dope line. I forgot what she said.
Yeah, true. Yeah, another thing that I found weird was the Superman using the black suit. It did not make any sense to me.
That was just Snyder listening to the fans because the fans were saying that they
The
Yeah,
wanted.
but
black
I'm
suit,
saying
yes.
but the fans, or are they like a particular subset of his fans who are just like black suit looks cool visually, put it in the movie?
I mean,
Because I was
to be
like,
fair, even in the comics, that's what happened. Like once he was
no, but in the
resurrected.
comics, what
Resurrection,
happened
yeah.
is no. What in the comics, what happened is that he needed the suit because it was supposed to restore his powers. It
Yeah,
was
but
like
I'm
he
saying
was
it
that.
is
Yeah,
canon that he should wear black after the resurrection.
no, but the thing is, yeah, but like the reasoning is not there. Like he had
Hmm.
his powers anyway.
No, I hear
Why
you.
would he pick a suit like? And somebody goes like it was a cool suit or whatever, but I'm like, is Superman like that kind of guy where he's like, I've got to look cool on the battlefield?
With parademons,
I
who
mean, he
cares?
did.
Nobody's watching you. There's no media there. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm just saying I don't understand why he wouldn't have picked his red and blue, and also it's just like you blend in with Batman now.
What are you
It's
trying to
like
be,
very hard.
Batman?
Yeah, it's very hard to distinguish you two. Also, he comes in and he does spank Steppenwolf again, and I'm just like, what's the point of the Justice League, guys? Like what is the like? I mean, they weren't doing too bad. They were doing better in this film than in the Justice League, but still, it was just like so. When Superman comes,
Who is
everybody's
Goku
useless.
now?
And hey, okay, sharp.
And then Wonder Woman is Krillin because
And
she's
yeah,
using the sword to kill the
I
bad guy.
laughed
What's
so
going on?
hard. And I laughed so hard when Darkseid took an L, and then they had to carry him off. And it's like I'm sick of this. I'm going home. Like what? And also the plans for the mother boxes. The one that was given to the humans, they just put it in like a patch of dirt. They didn't even cover it. I was like, what?
Hey man, we have the mother box. We don't have time to hide this shit. We got it. That's it.
That's it. Keep
Shallow
it
grave.
going.
Keep it
I
going.
was like,
Keep it
as a
going.
shallow
Arnana.
like they warned you that this guy is coming to destroy all life in the universe. Now we'll just just make a hole and then we'll cover it with some soil. Don't worry. We'll plant something on top of it. Moses, bitch, you have a shovel, like yeah. Anyway, all in all, I'll give this one a 7. Yeah, I think it's too long and it's too overindulgent, but it has a better flow, so I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
Oh,
Hang in there, Rob. We're almost done.
we're almost
Yep.
done. In fact, I think I was gonna go on a huge one, but I think you guys have summed everything nicely except one thing. None of you mentioned the prologue of the future of Batman and
Oh,
Ah,
Kanene, with the
Batman, one of
worst
them.
Joker I've ever seen. Jared Leto was
We live in a
miscast.
society.
Oh God.
Very that
none of
one.
you
It looked
mentioned
like
the
he was
prologue.
acting for the first time. If you compare the two prologues, I think the
Different.
second one is better than the first one.
Different night and day difference. None of you said
Also,
Absolutely.
anything on the
having
prologue.
Batman be
Wait,
edgy
are we
where
talking
he
about the
drops an
epilogue
F-bomb.
or are you guys talking about the prologue?
Well,
Sorry,
I
he
mean,
means the
I talked
epilogue, you're
about
right.
The epilogue.
I talked about I mentioned Mira with her line because that's where it comes
It's from
in
the
the
epilogue,
line
you're
from the
right.
Oh
epilogue where
yes,
she's like,
Yeah,
epilogue,
you're
yeah.
right.
I'm going to stop this wasted.
I shall smite thee. I'm like, wait, what?
I shall smite this wasted. This what?
The
Like they
only
need to
person,
decide your
the
accent
only
now.
two
They
people
need
that
to
seemed
just
like they were acting there was Ben and Deathstroke.
oh, and then also random Deathstroke Joe Man. Yo, I always mess up his last
Manganiello.
Joe
name.
Manganiello.
Yeah, Manganiello, and I was like, yo, alright, dog. They hired you for 5 seconds
Mahogany.
to.
It just is
Hey,
getting its
dog.
residuals. So
Literally, literally. Look, gents, you've encapsulated everything around the movie, from its nitpickings, its highs, its lows. How I could sum it up in the quickest nutshell ever. If the Snyder Cut was released back in 2017 as it was supposed to, gents, obviously without its 4-hour runtime, perhaps DC could have been in a different trajectory. Now it's 2021, it's post pandemic. Marvel has edged its peak. Snyder's coming with another unexpected hype low dope. Having to rewatch it now, the nitpickings would be much more clearer compared to when it first premiered. All the points you gents are mentioning, the runtime, certain plot points not actually making sense, but however, Snyder being his sort of like intro to his overindulgent self of saying, I need a scene to drag. If it's 3 to 5 minutes of this scene of you walking out and placing a cup, we'll do it. For 5 minutes of a person just walking out, going to the trail, seeing the police guy, giving him his coffee and just putting her coffee down. Five
dude,
minutes.
like what the
In
hell?
slow motion, dog. I'm like,
Just so
the
that you
cop,
can
does
show
the
us that
cop
this
have
is the
powers?
original Jimmy Olsen from the Christopher Reeve movies? Nah,
Fam,
fam. Like,
it
I'm
what?
wouldn't have rolled.
I'm like basically that cup must just have the secrets of how to defeat Darkseid. That's why we're focusing on it for so long.
Fam, it wouldn't have cut any wavelength in 2017. Eh, Baba, chop. This doesn't have any levity to any scene. But I get it.
Just a cameo
This is
scene from
Snyder
the Jimmy Olsen. That's
being
it.
given free reins and Snyder being like, I want to keep the scene. Is it necessary though? Okay, dope soundtrack, but is it really necessary? No, it's not. So it's a 7. At first, it was an 8. And then upon multiple watches, okay, this is the birth of the current version of Snyder we have with the Armyverse,
Mm.
uh, the anime, and then also Rebel Moon. It started right here. Did it serve or did it help him in any manner? It made him popular, sure, but somehow creatively. Hence, we left with what we have now in Netflix, or rather, what was of Netflix, given that it's now doing a low budget.
And
It's
you
a
can
seven.
also imagine how big his ego was. The fact that Warner Brothers caved,
Uh,
gave him 70 million. He's given the fans what they wanted, even though he tweaked this probably like 1,000 times before he took it out. He managed to have Ben Affleck come back, even though he has lost a lot of weight and that suit doesn't look good on him anymore. He couldn't use the
It
Green
didn't look
Lantern.
terrible. I think he still filled it out, but
Yeah, but it was not as good as
it's
it should.
not as BVS. It's a different
It's a
caliber in
different,
terms of his body
like
mass. It's
Ben
way
Ben
different.
looked very different. I mean, he
But
looked great when he
again,
was talking to the Martian Manhunter, don't get me wrong, but in the suit,
Mhm.
it was rough.
it's a seven. Right now, in terms of a rewatch, would it cut it? Certain scenes would be like, "I dog, just two times, four times, sick mole." Okay, yeah, now we can play. It's a seven. It's a
Mm.
seven. And it's said for him that it needed to have a continuity. Sadly, again, Warner Bros. Acquired for the third time, hence we're in the era we're in with the James Gunn universe. So it is what it is.
no, also like they still made Flash annoying. I think like he's less annoying, but it's like 2% less.
Mm.
Yeah, well, up until the Flash you saw, which James Gunn apparently had a form of credit in terms of telling Moshiedi to cut certain scenes, to add more scenes, and also cut more stuff. Hence, with the
Oh,
Flash, we've
well, I have
received.
not seen that one, but the
Putting
clips I've
babies in
seen from it, it looks
microwaves.
bad.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, brother,
CGI
brother. So,
babies. I
brother,
don't know if Andy Muschietti saw a video of Maleven and decided, okay, I'm gonna put a baby in a microwave. I have
what you should be asking yourself, where is Moshiedi now, given that. Remember, what made him peak was kind of was that film, the balloon, the
yes,
Stephen
it's
King
Oh,
yeah.
adaptation. And then now we're getting a series adaptation of a prequel, and I see nothing around him, or perhaps maybe
Well,
as an
there's rumors that
executive
he's
for
doing Brave
credit.
and the Bold. It's just rumors.
Really,
Mm.
knowing Mr.
I
New
after
Universe,
after what I've
how
seen with the Flash,
Mm-hmm.
how
It's
wafem,
just a rumor though. But
like
he
Michael
might be
how
Keaton is
doing
Michael
Brave and the
Keaton
Bold.
was saving that film, and even he was not saving that film, dog. It looked bad.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, let's not go into that one. We actually know we're gonna have to go into that at some point, I guess.
any
But
Oh
last
yeah,
words,
God,
gents?
I'll
save it
have
for
to
then.
watch that. But I guess that's the show, gents.
Yep.
Whew, DCEU. Look, I, we hope for better with the DCU. I'm not hailing James Gunn as a savior just yet. There's still a lot of things that are
Peacemaker season two, all the
questionable
best
choices.
chance. Enjoy in a couple of weeks, I think.
Hmm.
But you're
August
not watching it.
16 to 18. No, no, I'm watching it, but it's like whatever expectations I had of, okay, perhaps this is James Gunn with a collaborative mindset of giving talent enough chance to do their own thing and then inject whatever he needs to make the universe more linear in terms of story. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what we're getting from Peacemaker being the guy that can call Aquaman suddenly to come and flash to now Peacemaker being a anchor of the universe. Ow,
And then
I,
they're saying that that scene is not canon anymore just because it's the old cast. But everything else is canon.
I,
Which I okay, no, I okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not hailing James Gunn as the savior or whatever, because like I said, he's also making weird decisions. So we'll have to see where we go with the DCU.
on the
But the
upside,
DCEU was yeah,
well,
but
on
I'm
the
saying the
upside,
Yeah.
DCU.
we are getting
Yeah, go ahead,
Superman on the
Smino.
16th of August. So yeah, mark it, gents, and then all of us have a task to watch it, and then we come back again. August 16th, yeah, for the video VOD.
Superman.
Video on demand of Superman. Yeah,
Okay.
remember
Okay.
it seems as if it's nowhere near smelling 700 mil given the current box office receipts. But yeah,
Mm.
Warner Bros has moved up the dates, August 16th, meaning it's gonna be cut out of theatrics very soon.
Okay. Well, let's hope
Ah,
they don't do
not
what
too
they did
fast, but okay.
let's hope they don't do what they did with what's this movie? The Marvel one, Endgame. where they shoved it back in theaters just so that they can make the $2 billion mark. You remember?
They won't
Mhm.
F1 is getting an IMAX re-release sometime in August, so shame. It's done. I think Warner Bros. Even now that remember there's an article that released days ago of them cutting 10% of their workforce. Things are bad,
Mm,
gents.
mm.
Also, like Endgame, that came after Infinity War, and like Marvel had the clout to do that, and
Yeah,
people
but
gonna go
they
watch.
wanted to beat Avatar's record. That's why they did that.
No, but I'm just saying the thing is they had the goodwill to try and do that.
Yeah,
And it worked,
it
to
did.
Hey,
their
that's another franchise which I
respect,
don't
it
understand
worked.
why it makes the money that it makes. I don't get it. I'm like, yo, people must love submarines as much as James Cameron.
Anyway, call it Buck.
Anyway,
Oh,
if you've gotten up until this point, you're ashamed. You are strong. Wow. Welcome to Seven Up, and hope you liked it. Please leave some comments in the comment section down below. How do you think? Did we rate these movies fairly? Did we rate them unfairly? Did we overrate them? You have it all here at Seven Up. Please make sure you let us know your thoughts and in the comment section down below and all of that good stuff. What was your favorite film that we ranked in Seven Up today? And all of that stuff. And how do you feel about the DCEU in general? Do you think they got a raw deal? Did you think they needed more Zack Snyder? Did you think they needed less Zack Snyder? Talk to us in the comment section down below. Make sure to follow everybody that is on this panel. And so like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We're going to be dropping another one of these, hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so. We'll see. And then we'll let you know. But yeah, I think that's everything. I've covered everything. So I guess African frame. Yo, I almost said Africa's next. African frame. We'll see you in other videos because we have to be out for now. Okay, everybody. Peace.
jeez.